getting a relatively good night's sleep at the Elfsong Tavern, except for Rowan, who had a very troubling nightmare. In the morning, we briefly reunited with Exalt during breakfast, and then he stayed behind while we went shopping. We offloaded some items of value that Alphonse had been hoarding and picked up a few potions and a couple of books before making our way to the bathhouse. At the bathhouse, we were attacked by 3 naked Nightblades and Necromite of Merkel. We killed the Nightblades and tried to interrogate the Necromite, but he decided he'd rather poison himself instead of talking to a couple of cool kids like us.
Classic.
Yeah. I know. The servant in the bathhouse, Jabaz, told us about the bathhouse's connection to Mortlock Vanthampur, who is the Duke and Duchess Vanthampur's son, before she ran away. And then, because we're the good guys, but not everyone may see it that way if they were to walk into the scene of a massacre that we just committed, we hid the bodies, cleaned up the blood, and blocked off the front door before descending into the secret passage.
All right, excellent job. So, like I said, you can have a free extra heroic inspiration for your character for this session. Just a reminder, every character gets 1 free one per session. That's just a house roll that I'm using. And if you need a reminder of what a heroic inspiration is, it's a free reroll on any die. It can be a d20 or even like a damage dice or any die at all. You can reroll it once for free per session. Okay, cool. Also, to remind anyone, if you're using Google Chrome, make sure you have your hardware acceleration turned on so that your dice animations won't lag on your character sheets. Okay. Let's get started then. I'm going to change the music. All right, and bring up the map. So where we last left off, you guys can see the map now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So where we last left off, you guys were about to descend down the stairwell into the secret stairwell into the dungeon hidden beneath this public bathhouse. Okay, so I'm going to reveal. I'm going to delete some of the fog of war on this map. So if you, oh, that's the wrong. I just added more. We don't want to do that. If you look to the left of where your characters are currently situated, that's where we're going to be heading.
Is it like pitch dark in here?
Yes, but okay. You, I think we talked at the end of last session, Giles, you discussed bringing out your hooded lantern to light the way for us.
Yeah. So I think I'm. Rowan, you have night vision, right?
Yeah.
So can I like station behind Rowan, the axe wielder, not me, the squishy armorless bard in the front? I'll just be like, I stand. She's 4 foot, so I can just like put the lantern up, and it just goes over her shoulder. That should be completely fun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. So if you guys want, you can move your tokens over to this left area as you guys descend down this stairwell.
If I remember correctly, Parker, let me see here. What does it do again? So I have it open right now. So we have a bright light cone, like a 30-foot radius.
Because there's no dynamic lighting system on this map thing. I'm not going to worry about like keeping track of where you're pointing it. We'll just say that you just give like everyone full vision for whatever room you're moving into.
Don't believe this is this the no, this isn't the cone one. Yeah, the cone one's like 120 in a cone. This is just 30 feet around me, and 60 feet around me technically we can see us humans.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we're fine. I think none of the rooms here are going to be like super massive, so you should be fine with just that. Okay, so as you guys step down the staircase or the stairwell, it's made of like the steps are made of old stone, and they're kind of like slick to the foot or to your boots, so you're kind of slipping and sliding a little bit. And as you get to the bottom, you'll notice that the chamber seems to be empty. It's unlit and it's like flooded with foul-smelling water, and the water's like risen up to a depth of 2 feet. So you're splashing through water basically up to your like thighs as you're walking through this. Or for Rowan, maybe it's up to her chest or something. I don't know.
Yeah. She's gonna immediately step into it, turn around and look at Giles and be like, "You're gonna hate this."
No. I'm gonna just like, I'm just gonna like look at it and just do a quick little prayer, just hoping that it doesn't ruin my clothes.
Okay, and because the water is that tall, I think that means we have like, should a combat scenario happen, I think it'll be difficult terrain in water like that. So like every 5 feet of movement, which is like each of these individual squares, would actually count as 10 feet of movement. In places that are flooded with water. Okay, so as Rowan walks down the staircase right there, or like enters this flooded room, I guess you can see further down here. So you see that this curves into a bend that way.
Okay.
So basically, you see 2 different directions. You could go down here, which curves, or there's a secondary hallway-looking thing down this way.
Okay, I would probably relay that to the party. Say like, hey, there's 2 different directions we could go. It looks like this one leads somewhere, but I don't know what direction that one's going to take us down at the far end of the room.
Well, I follow the theory of always go left.
Oh.
So we should go left.
Whatever way gets me out of this water faster.
Doesn't sound right.
All right.
Page left.
So left for you guys would be going down this one, right?
Hall.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And
I was going to say...
Oh, technically, can I just do like a quick little jaunt over
Sure.
here? And I have 60 feet of bright vision. Would I be able to reveal what's down there?
Yeah, totally. Also, Alina, you can move your token and Mr. Bones' token if you're
Mr.
able to.
Bones.
Cool. So Giles says, hang on a second, and walks over there to just take a quick little peek down this way. And you see, it's just there's a dead end right there.
Oh, it's just a dead end. What's the worst that can happen? I'm gonna step in.
Why?
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
All right. Oh, not bad. 19.
Nice. Okay. So as you step through here, by the way, you guys will notice that like any of the like corridors here, they're like 5 feet wide, and they have like 8-foot high ceilings. And then if you're in a room, it has like a 9-foot high ceiling, so just like an extra foot above it. And they're like the whole place is braced with like old wooden beams that are kind of like decayed from water damage. Okay.
By the way, I guess Giles is like reasoning to walk down this dead end would be to maybe by chance find a drain to drain this water. Just
You don't see a drain, but as you walk forward, you actually see something about this wall There's a similar sort of indentation about this wall that was upstairs, where in the bathhouse where the secret stairwell was.
Oh, okay. I'll go back to the group and be like, hey, there's a dead end down there, but there's something weird with the wall. Kind of like what was upstairs that revealed the secret room.
Is my detect magic still going?
I believe that lasts for 10 minutes. I can't remember how long you were using it.
You used it right after the battle.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
right
you guys-
before we went to the stairwell. Like I just looked
Yeah.
out the window.
I'll say you have like a solid like 2 or 3 minutes left on it.
Okay, so is it okay if I walk forward and look through to see if I can detect anything?
I'll
Yeah.
follow you, just in case.
Go for it. So yeah, as you're walking, the only magical like glowing emanations you're getting from your detect magic spell are any sort of magic items that any of your characters have.
Okay.
And yeah, as you get close to the wall, you don't see any sort of magic, but you do see like now that Giles like points it out to you, you see that the wall has sort of like a secret door type of indentation on it, the same way that you saw up in the bathhouse.
Okay. Okay, no magic, guys. But I see what Giles is talking about.
I'm gonna. That could be a trap. That could be a trap. Hey, Alphonse, you're good with disarming stuff, right?
Yes.
You gotta check that out. Make sure it's not a trap. I don't want to walk over there and press something and then lose my arm.
Oh, so you're willing to put me in front of the...
Yeah, but you know how
my
to
arm.
disarm them. You know. Yeah.
Oh, so just because I know how to disarm things, I'm supposed to be the one to go do it. I see how it is.
I'll also say, Giles, since you were searching for like a drain or something, I'll say that with your perception check, you also notice that the water that's like flooding this place, you can see it's like seeping through cracks in the walls. The walls are made of like of limestone, and there's like little cracks where the water and it smells like sewer water.
Oh, this is Giles' worst nightmare.
Is there water coming through the cracks of the dead end, or is it just the sides?
Just cracks all over the place along all the walls. Basically in both of these rooms. There's just little like trickling of water, which is you assume how this place is flooded.
Yeah. After giving Giles a hard time, we'll go check. What am I looking for? What am I seeing?
I'll point out the indentations. Like, just, make sure that that's not a trap and an actual. I don't know how you roguish types can figure that out, but do your best.
I'm gonna
and
look
I'm
around.
gonna inspire you, just so in case a
Okay.
check comes up.
Okay, I'm gonna look around to see first if there's any sort of like, obviously like our thieves guild has like traps and stuff, and you have to know about them. And so I go through my knowledge of like how would if in this small space, what the fuck kind of possible traps could there be? Does it look like the ceiling could like fucking smash you? Does it look like spikes come out of somewhere? Like, does it look like things along the wall kind of like could move away? Stuff like that. I just look around first.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check. Also, by the way, Ryan, whenever you are home and like ready to, you're back at your computer, go ahead and let me know.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. I'll tell you,
Do I want
Alphonse. No, even with that check, I'll tell you that you, peering through here and with the light that Giles provides with his hooded lantern, it doesn't seem trapped. It seems like the same way that there was no trap for the secret doorway up in the public bathhouse above you guys. It seems like there's no trap here. You can just push the door open.
Okay, then I will.
As you're like,
Yeah,
as you're about
go
to
ahead.
step forward, we're actually gonna have Ryan, your character, Exalt. You didn't accompany them initially. You stayed back in the tavern last session after you first met up with them, but eventually you were given instructions by Alan, the tavern keeper, to rejoin your party when you were after you had gotten yourself situated there. So I'd say about this time is when you also show up at the bathhouse. I'm gonna say that as you guys moved one of the benches to block the door. So I'm gonna say that your character knows about the secret entrance because you guys were all given that information by Kira. So I'm gonna say that Exalt, just as a way of getting your character caught up with the party. I'm gonna say that you knew about the secret door in the bathhouse. So you and as you like came up upon the scene, you saw remnants of the battle that took place here. They did their best to like hide all the blood stains and everything from all the from the people they killed, but there still are a little bit of remnants of battle. You can tell by like, because you're a monk, you're good. You have a high wisdom score, so you're good at like tracking things. So I'm gonna say that you found the indentations in the ground or whatever of signs of battle here. So I'm gonna say that you shattered one of the windows in the back of the bathhouse because as you like came up to the bathhouse, you discovered that the front door has been barred from entry by the party.
Vandalism.
So you snuck around back and broke one of the windows into the northern massage table room up here. So you broke this window up here, and then you found the open secret doorway and came down the secret stairs. So your character will appear on the stairwell right now.
So here's something coming up behind us. And Grush will prepare a sorceress burst. Not to cast yet, but has it ready just in case.
So yeah, you guys flip around and see your last party member, Exalt, has appeared.
Damn, I'm not as quiet as I thought.
Good to see you, Exalt. A little late to the party, but still haven't found the treasure yet.
No, you could probably make it a little harder to track everyone.
We hit everything though, like
Very well.
oh.
I mean,
Well-
they did do a pretty good job, but you're just like you have a high wisdom score, so you're an expert like tracker.
I am just better. There's a few scuff marks on the side over here that led me to y'all. Anyways, where are we at?
Well, we're trying to investigate this. I'm gonna look at Alphonse. Hopefully, not a trap door.
Yeah. Also, who's that? Who's that you guys are talking to? Is that Exalt?
Yes.
Oh, I knew I smelled bitch when fucking it came near.
Well,
Oh.
And it must be a pretty strong scent with all the sewer water.
Yeah.
No, Nat's still upstairs.
That's a wolf. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into this. To the wall.
The window. The wall.
To the sweat drop down, mob.
So, Alphonse, you are going to press
Down
open
this
the...
Exalt crawls.
Nice. You're gonna press open the secret door.
Yeah, I'll press open the door.
Okay. Cool. So you step forward. Okay. Cool. So you step forward, and the wall gives way, and the secret door swings open with sort of a heavy sound as like the old limestone bricks swing on like an old rusty hinge, and the water is like moving along with the door as you open it, and you see another another tunnelway, which is also flooded with water.
Nothing ever bad has happened by following a secret door. Onward, and I'm just gonna walk past Alphonse.
And then
Right
from your like corner where you were standing, Alphonse, you have like sort of a diagonal view into here. And now that Giles walks through the door with his lantern, you step in here and you see floating face down in the middle of this room, which is also flooded. You see a bloated corpse of a shirtless human male with like multiple knife wounds stabbed into his back. Yeah.
Seems like the guy was a cut above the rest.
I'm gonna just. Well, I assume the ballast have been here by the multiple stab wounds.
And now that you guys have stepped inside, I'll reveal more.
Were we supposed to be investigating a murder here?
No, we're just supposed to look for this. We're supposed to look for some underground and whatever ballast activities and cultist activities there were.
There's
Yeah, you guys
supposed to
have-
be
There was
treasure here
a-
too.
There was a letter that we had been given telling us to look for this bathhouse.
Yeah, there's Queen's stolen treasure somewhere down here that they were using to pay the cultists, so we're gonna try to steal the treasure back.
Indiana Jones subplot. I'm gonna Parker. I'm gonna walk up to that bloated corpse.
Mm-hmm.
And...
No, wait.
Oh.
Don't move.
Giles just stops in his place.
You stepped on a trap, and then if you move your leg, you'll lose it.
I did?
No, I'm fucking with you. You can keep going.
Oh, okay. You can tell Giles is like he's like, oh, yeah, I definitely dungeon dive all the time. It's like I knew that was a joke. I'm gonna just walk up to here. I'm gonna go investigate the corpse.
Sure.
Is there anything I can like gather from this? Like maybe how long it's been down here?
Yeah, go ahead and do a medicine check for me.
Alright, so it's not bad.
Can I help him?
It'll be a yeah, you can assist.
So do I roll with advantage or just he also
Yeah,
roll?
or which you guys can choose, whichever of you has a higher medicine score,
I have a
maybe.
+2.
Oh, +4.
Oh, then
Okay.
yeah. If Alphonse
Right, sure,
wants to roll
I'll
for
roll.
advantage,
I'll roll with advantage.
What do I have for medicine? +3.
Oh, Alphonse got an 18. So Alphonse, as you like approach this bloated corpse as it's floating there, with a bunch of stab wounds in its back, you can tell it's been down here for like 2 days. It smells really bad. It's decomposing, though because it's in the water, it's less. It's decomposing at a slower rate than if it were up on the surface. But yeah, it's like bloated and the skin is gray.
Seems like whoever did this about 2 days ago. Really rough work, if you ask me.
Pretty vile. I'm just gonna, look at it. Do I see anything like to the south or below it, like down? I know there's that continuation, that walkway, but like.
You mean this like little alcove or whatever?
Yeah, can I like go over there and investigate and just like poke my head, see if I see anything?
Yeah, as you walk down, it doesn't seem like there's anything interesting about that. It's just a little alcove.
Okay.
Real quick, Grush is going to use his elementalism to sculpt elemental and just use like any of the dirt, sand, refuse, and stuff under the water here to just kind of prop the door open, just create a little thing that keeps the door open as he steps through.
Okay, cool.
Well, I don't think there's much else to gather from here. I think we just press on. Unfortunate soul got stabbed, but that's all we can really gather. Rowan, do you mind leading the way?
Well, I don't mind, but hopefully it doesn't get any deeper. As she's like halfway in the water, holding her great axe above her head the entire time that we're walking down here.
All right, let's move forward.
So she's just gonna.
All right, what do I see, Parker?
All right, as you guys step into this room, oh, Exalt's just going straight in. All right. Rowan said she was leading the way, and Exalt said, "Hold my beer." Okay, so as you step into this room, so 3 wooden beams brace the ceiling of this flooded chamber, which features a stone altar covered with entrails in the northeast corner. Hanging on the wall above the altar is a 3-foot-tall steel mask cast in the form of a frowning human skull. And go ahead and roll a history check, everybody.
Grush doesn't know shit.
Okay, it would make sense for Giles to know this. Oh, Alina got a 22 too.
How
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Okay, so Alina and Giles, as you see the like 3-foot-tall steel mask cast that is in the form of a frowning human skull, you recognize that that represents the visage of Baal, the god of murder.
I'll just make a quick comment. Like, well, now we know for a fact that they were ballless. As I point to the shrine full of entrails.
If anyone wants to do a medicine check on the shrine full of entrails, you could do that to like determine what type of creature those came from.
I might.
I can do it as well.
I did a 15.
Okay.
Should be fine.
Exalt can tell that these are human or humanoid entrails.
Not my kind of style. Ugh.
Do you have a style of entrails you prefer?
Inside the body, usually intact, not visible
he's a-
to the eye.
A big
Operational.
fan of haggis.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's speaking of Scottish accent. Yeah, that's.
We should push on before the entrails get cold.
Are they cold?
I don't know. I just heard somebody say that before. Push on before the trail gets cold.
They got the.
Oh, the trail gets cold. I thought you were feeling the entrails like they're still warm.
I appreciate the. I appreciate the joke, Grush.
Grush has a pun for every moment.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. Yeah. Is there anything to inspect from these beams? Or are they just like support?
They're just support
Anyway.
beams, and just like in previous places, they're old wood that is rotting away from water
Can
damage.
they possibly check to see if they're gonna hold?
It seems like they will hold as long as they don't take any sort of blunt force damage.
All right. Let's not walk into them full speed.
Does anybody have any mending or ability to help reinforce those beams?
Unfortunately, did not. That is something I've been considering getting.
My only power is destruction, unfortunately.
Let's keep that one in check.
The antithesis of mending. All right.
I say we just don't stay here and we push on just in case.
Yeah.
I'll lead into here.
Okay, cool. So Giles, as you're walking down that way, yeah, let me
Right.
you'll see down this way. Oh, that was the opposite.
We're blind.
You're blind. Yeah, you see down this path. Trying not to reveal too much there. Okay, so on that little this thing right here, as you're walking down here, you see like on the wall there. By the way, the water is, you guys are like walking up a little bit. So this part of the alcove is like elevated, so it's actually out of the water. It's dry here. And then also this stairwell leads up here, and you can tell by the difference on the map, the color. This is dry stone, and then the green is the sewer water. So yeah, on that wall right there, you see there's a 5 foot wide, 7 foot tall tapestry that depicts a grisly scene of 4 faceless figures ripping apart a 5th figure who is screaming.
I love the way they decorate this place.
So
tactful.
Homie.
Yeah, I could understand art, but a little grim. Is there anything I can determine? Like, is there something now that we know that there's at least like a statue of balls or something I can determine from this? Like, is it like anything like historical or an event, or is it some like ritualistic thing? Is there anything I can?
Do you want to like do an investigation to like get up close to it and inspect it closer, or?
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Okay, then yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Ooh, only 10.
All right, so as you like step closer, you actually see on growing around its edges is yellow mold.
Ooh.
And then as you like get closer, it the mold puffs out a set of deadly spores in your face. And I think you have to roll something for yellow mold here.
Potentially a charisma saving throw. I can. Hey, yellow mold.
Yeah, roll a Constitution save as like this puff of yellow mold spores go right in your face.
21.
Could you do it with advantage if I beckon air to create a breeze to try to push the spores away from him as well with my elementalism?
That would require like a reaction spell, but I think elementalism is an action to do, so. Okay. I don't think that applies here because it just happens instantly as his face gets close to it. But anyway, that was it was a DC 15, so you definitely passed. So you don't suffer any lasting effects. You just start coughing as these little spores hit your face.
Oh man, don't get close to that. Man. Oh, yeesh. I'm gonna take this chance now that we're out of the water and I have like, I don't know, just I feel unclean. I'm gonna just press to myself.
Sure.
Make sure that I'm no longer wet.
All right, you're no longer wet with sewer water, but this place still reeks of foul sewage.
I can assume. All right, well, let's not get close to the painting. You can appreciate it from afar. But let's go down, I think. And this time I'll actually let Rowan lead.
Okay.
Cool. Alphonse, are you gonna chill back there, or are you heading with the party?
Yeah, could you move me up? I have to walk, I have to step away.
No problem. All right, so Rowan, as you step into this chamber, it's empty, but it's not bereft of decor. Like carved into each of its of the chamber's 3 separate doors, to the north, east, and south, is a full-figured depiction of one of the dead 3. Which I'll say that Giles and Alina recognize that because of their history check earlier, with the the ball mass thing earlier. Yeah, so the east door, so this one over here, the face of the door bears a carving of Bane, the lawful evil god of tyranny. You see he's like depicted as a tall, armored man wearing a bucket helm. His right gauntlet is painted black and clutches a set of shackles. And then this northern door it bears a carving of Baal, the chaotic evil god of murder. He's depicted as a powerfully built, skull-headed man with long, curved blades where his hands should be. And then this southern door bears a carving of Merkul, the neutral evil god, lord of bones. He is portrayed as a cloaked figure whose face is hidden under a cowl. In his skeletal hands, he clutches a screaming human skull.
Oh. Well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I'm gonna walk over to the main door.
Sure. All of these doors, they have like, despite the like, interesting, so to speak, depictions of each of the three gods, they're just normal doors with like a handle that you can open.
Oh. Nice decor, I guess. And I'll just open the door.
All right, so you open the door, the eastern door, and the wood like creaks on its hinges as you open it, and then you see.
Hopefully it's not a trap.
All the way down here, just a long hallway.
Got a quick question for you, Parker.
Yeah.
That note that we'd gotten before from the Worm Speaker, it said to buy the loyalty of the Cult of the Dead Three, but these three, like, as we saw them fighting in the Forest, like, they're fighting each other, right? It's not like a fourth cult of, like, all three of them that they worship, right? It's three separate cults.
No, it seems like they're all working together. The Cult of the Dead Three is all the worshippers of the Dead Three gods. They seem to be working in unison. But they were the Cult of the Dragon, who worships Tiamat, who they killed and like took over the Cult of the Dragon's ritual site for themselves in the forest outside of Elturel in session 1. Okay, yeah, so Giles opens that door with the depiction of Bane on it, and it's just a long hallway, which also you can see with your lantern all the way in the distance. It once again descends down into gross, smelly, stinky sewer water.
Ooh. Oh man. Let's check the other doors, and I guess Rowan, you're near the other door.
All right, I'll go ahead and open the one with the ball on it.
Okay. And yeah, same thing. It just is a regular door, which kind of creaks on its hinges as you open, and you see down just a long pathway that kind of curves that way.
Well, let's see.
Does it look... Oh, I was just going to ask if it looks like this one's going up or back down again.
Those the steps go down back. They descend down.
Okay.
You suspect, based on your orientation, that long tunnel would lead back to the first room you guys were in.
Yeah, I would let them know that.
Well, let's try door number 3.
Okay, Merkle, let's go. And I turn the knob.
Okay, so
How funny the one with Mr. Bones opens the
Mr. Bones.
one.
So as you open this door, it reveals good timing on the music. Lying on the floor of this otherwise empty room are the pale bodies of 3 humans in filthy black robes, arranged in a triangular formation. A lit torch lies between them. A rough-hewn staircase to the left leads down to another torchlit chamber. Can you go ahead, Alina, and roll an insight check for me as you look upon?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So as you open the door, you see these three bodies. Maybe it gives you a little momentary shock of fright. And as you step right there, you notice one of them, like, you can tell they're not actually dead. You see one of them, his chest is ever so slightly moving with breaths.
I think we have a problem here, guys.
And as soon as you say that, the three of them leap to their feet with weapons raised to attack you.
Wow.
Okay.
So everybody go ahead and roll initiative here. I'm going to change the music.
All right. Go ahead now. Our music's not playing. The vibes have been off in this Applebee's this entire time.
Do you have the Kenku bot muted?
No, I just had the Kenku bot on like 10%.
Oh, okay.
Abby always has the worst initiative rolls.
I know. I think I want to use one of my heroic inspirations because
No,
I
we
never
just
use
swap.
them. You want 3?
This is how we always. Well, yeah, I don't need to go first. I'm actually better. So the thing with me is that if I have people in front or going next, like, why can't I fucking speak today? Jesus fucking Christ. If someone goes first and stands next to the opponent, my sneak attack will then go off, because the person is next to them. So you, as being the big buff barbarian,
Biggest subjective, but okay.
the short buff,
Okay.
you're big in other ways.
The slab of meat that protects
You're
us.
larger than life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm cool with that.
If you go in first, I can then my shit to follow up later.
Okay, so you're
Okay.
going to be swapping initiatives with
Yeah.
Rowan. Then. Okay, so Rowan
I like how the
gets
alert
to-
feat that I took is just like, this is the use that I'm going to use. It's basically just to make Rowan go faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Great, though.
it's a good use of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Grush got a 19. Alina got a 21. Wow, you guys are rolling pretty high. And then Rowan has a 22. Which means Alphonse has a 3.
They're-
Exalt got a 14. And Giles got a 21.
Yes.
Ryan, we can hear a little bit of feedback coming from your mic, by the way. Okay, cool.
Swap the
So,
headphones.
no worries. Alright, so the combat begins. First up is Rowan. You're all the way in the back here, but you can freely move through your teammates' squares. You just can't end your turn, occupying the same square as someone else.
We do have
So-
a tactical advantage. Rowan can just stand at the front, and they literally have to kill her before they can get to us.
Yeah.
All right, meat shield.
Wait a minute.
Get in there, yeah, Chester Clyde, yeah, you can do it.
So Rowan is just gonna run in, I think, 5, 10, 20, 25. It's just right in the middle.
Nice.
And take a big ol' swing at Necromite C. The
All right.
Great Axe.
Cool.
Not raging yet, but depends. But 13?
Yes, that hits.
Ooh, awesome. Okay. And 7 damage.
All right, so you take a hefty swing at C, the furthest south one, and your battle axe, or your great axe rather, carves into him right after he finishes, standing up from his faux, prone position earlier, and he lets out a gasp of pain from the slash, but he's still standing.
And then, just to clarify, last session we determined that if, like, I wouldn't be able to cleave Necromite B, correct?
You would be able to because they are within 5 feet of each other. Like, even the diagonal counts as them being within 5 feet of each other.
Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna cleave him as well.
Yeah. Oh, definitely hits.
Nice.
So this second one is just a flat D12, right? It's not with the +4, so it would just be 5. Correct?
5. Yes.
Okay, so then you swing your great axe in a wide arc and also slash into this other Merkul, Necromite of Merkul, and he also lets out a cry from the heavy slash, but he's also still standing. Anything else you want to do?
I think that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be my turn for now. I want to save my rage.
Okay, so next up is wait, did Giles and Alina? Oh, you guys both got 21. You guys can choose which of you would like to go first.
It doesn't matter to me. It's up to you. I can go first if you want me to bless.
You can technically go first. Yeah, you should go first so you can get Mr. Bones in there. Send him
All
in.
right. Then
Do
first
I
up will be
have Mr.
Alina.
Bones then first, or I can pick and choose between?
You can pick and choose between yourself and Mr. Bones what
Okay.
you want to do.
And Mr. Bones has that flail now, correct?
Yes, he was handed the flail by Grush. I will remind you that he took a bunch of damage, so he's all of his bones are cracked, and he's on his last femur.
Yeah.
Was that a single time use?
And can
You'd
you
have to
heal?
look up this item. I can't remember. I don't believe. No, I don't think because it's like a limited use item. I think it can't be healed. It just once it falls to 0, it's just gone for the rest of the day or however long the
For Mr.
recharge
Bones. Okay.
is. It. But he is a useful meat shield or bone shield.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move him. I'm gonna move him right here. Because people need to be able to get in here.
Okay.
And then, actually, I'll move him. No, I have to move him here because otherwise
Yes.
there's opportunity.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
so then I'll attack A.
Sure. All right. So go ahead and roll a d20. Actually, you know what? I can roll it for you if you like, because I have his stat block open here.
That
It might be
works.
easier. Okay. So.
Yeah, I found him, so I added him to my sheet that I'm keeping
okay.
now.
Are you able to? I wonder if you're able to roll it. Is he? Do you have it on your character sheet? Or is it just like a stat block that you found and you have it
No,
open in a
I
separate
have a Word document now with all of the creatures I can turn into and the skeleton, just in case, because I have a
Okay.
feeling I'm going to have a lot of these. So I wanted to keep like a rolling tally of everything.
All right, then you know
So-
what? Since you have that prepared,
But-
why don't you do the rolls for him? Then I don't want to take that from
But
you.
I do have a question, because he said the actions say there's a short sword or short bow, but nothing about the
Yeah.
flail.
So
I wasn't
he'll
sure
still.
how that worked.
I think the flail is the same modifier as a short sword, so it still would be a +5 to hit. So you could go ahead and roll a d20 +5, and we'll just roll the flail damage instead, which is a d8 instead of a d6, like the short sword.
Okay, so
And it would be bludgeoning damage rather than piercing damage.
so I'm rolling a d20.
Yeah, roll a d20, and then we'll add 5 to that, and that'll be the total for the attack roll. Ooh, yeah, that definitely hits. 22 total. So yeah, Mr. Bones dutifully scrambles forward, his cracked skeletal form, like creaking as he moves, and then he takes up the flail that has like a skull-shaped head to it, spiked head at the bottom, that Grush gave to him at the end of the previous battle, and he swings the flail forward at Necromite A, and the heavy hit collides with him. So go ahead and roll a d8. It'll be a d8 plus.
Oh, mine says for the short sword, a 1d6
Yeah, but-
plus 3.
But it's not a short sword; it's a flail. So a flail has a different
gotcha,
damage
gotcha.
than a short sword. So it'll be a d8.
Okay.
Is a flail a strength item, Raiden? Do you know that?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so it'll be a d8 plus 0 for the damage. Okay, so it deals 6 bludgeoning damage to Necromite A. And he like gasps in a heavy breath as the heavy flail collides into his stomach, into his diaphragm. Okay, so he takes 6 damage. Cool. I'm assuming that's Mr. Bones' turn, so now it'll be you, Alina, yourself.
What was that? I missed what you said.
It's your turn.
Okay, so my bless is actually marked off right now. Is that because I had used the features and traits one?
Yeah, you blessed your party members using the free magic
Do I have to,
initiate.
So has it been long enough
Yeah,
that I
bless
need
only
to cast
lasts.
it again?
Yeah, bless only lasts for
Yeah.
1 minute, so
Okay.
that definitely ran out at the end of the
Yeah,
first battle.
that's
Back
what
up
I
in the
thought.
bathhouse.
So that's why I will use it again right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to bless Rowan,
Sure.
myself,
Mm-hmm.
and who else is going to be heading in here? Actually,
How about
Giles
Exalt?
next, right? Or Exalt? Okay, Exalt.
Yeah, you should never bless me. It's never worth it.
Well, you
Yeah,
like to
typically
run in.
you-
So he'll be up in there.
Typically, you want to give bless to people who do like a couple of like melee attacks. That tends to be the
Okay.
best use for it.
Guile likes to run in, so that's why I was.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but it's not the best.
So you're giving it to Exalt. Sorry, just to clarify.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so the three of you, what does your bless spell look like again?
So this is the one where I take my hands and I start to move them in a circle, and as I push my hands forward, one towards Exalt and one towards Rowan, like yellow radiant light starts to like trickle towards them, kind of like fireflies, and then settle around them so they glow a little bit.
Nice. So the three of you feel #blessed. All right, is there anything else you would like to do, Alina? Sweet.
I'm sorry, what?
Anything
I
else
need-
you want to do?
I don't think there's anything else that I can do. Can I?
Or you're just gonna...
No, that's an action. So, I will move into the room.
So, yeah, if you step
Yeah.
1 square to the right, you'll get an opportunity attack against or
Yeah.
from.
Actually, I'm gonna stay where I'm at so that other
Okay.
people can get into the room and be next to them if they need to.
Okay, yeah. Like I
Okay.
said, they can. Your
Yeah.
party mates can freely move through your square. They just can't end their turn.
Right, and I want them to
sharing
be
is
able
what-
to do that if they need to. So, okay.
All right.
Open the way for the marshals. Get
Yeah,
in there.
exactly.
Do your stab and punch.
I'll also say that since Rowan ran in here, she revealed this as well. That alcove down there. Okay, so next up would be Sir Giles Ward.
Oh boy. Do I see any of these guys from where I'm at? Can I see A? Like
It is a little bit of an awkward angle from where you're at.
Do I have to like move up to here to see C?
Yeah, you can see C from there.
From here?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna hit him with a starry wisp, hopefully. With
Okay.
my fancy musical note as I
Sure.
play my fiddle.
Is that an attack roll or
It's an attack roll. It's
saving
a
throw? Okay.
15 to hit.
All right, that hits him.
7 damage.
Okay, he's just barely up.
And they emit a dim light, even though it's bright as hell already in here. Because there's a torch, my lantern, and now he also just sheds light. So, yeah, I'll just. By the way, Alphonse, you're still blessed. I looked up. You still have it from when I gave it to you for the trap.
You mean bardically inspired?
Yeah, sorry, Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I think that lasts an hour.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I guess I'll just take a step back here.
All right, so you step forward, you do a little note, a little ditty on your
my
fiddle, and then it flies through the air and collides with the necromite, and he like smacks him in the face. Ugh.
They don't know good music.
Yeah. What is this old music?
That's my turn.
Okay. Cool. And then next up will be Grush.
Yeah, so same thing for the vision purposes, I think. He doesn't want to get too close into it. He'll step up and take a shot off at Necromite C.
Okay. He's on his last leg. He seems very, very hurt.
Yeah, I'm just going to use my Sorcerer's Burst here. So.
Okay. Which...
Fire.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see what it... Oh, that hits. All right.
20 hit, and then... Nice. 7 fire damage.
Okay, cool. So describe how your spell kills this necromite.
Yeah, so you'll see the red flash around the eye patch, and then the red going through the veins, and then out the fingertips you just see like streaks of fire that impact on the Merkle, and then just adding to even more light in the room across his body as the flames just like shimmer and like just like his skin turns black as it like just like hits him and then shimmers across all of his skin, and he just turns black and falls.
Awesome.
And then Grush will step back out of the way as well.
Okay.
And then no, I can't actually do that as a bonus action, so that will be my turn.
Cool. All right. Next up is necromite. Wait, which one is that? Kind of annoying. On my personal little combat tracker, if the name is too long, it just has like an ellipses at the end, like ... and it doesn't show the full name unless I like have my cursor hover over it for like 10 seconds, and then it finally reveals it. It's kind of stupid. Anyway, so this is Necromite A. All right, so because he took like a hefty blow from Mr. Bones before, he's gonna want to retaliate against him. How dare you use Merkel's dark magic against me? This is my domain. So yeah, he's gonna take a slash at Mr. Bones with his... He also has a skull flail, because that's... You guys got the one off the original Necromite upstairs. That's what you gave to Mr. Bones. So he's gonna flail him right back. And... Oh, he just barely hits. Damn. Yeah. Rolled a 14. Okay. I think no matter what, this is probably going to unfortunately kill Mr. Bones.
Not Mr. Bones.
You can rebuild him.
Unless I roll a 1, because he only has 2 HP left. Okay. Ooh, no, I rolled a 6. All right, so... Sorry, Mr. Bones. All right, so... Necromite of Merkel.
Play on my fiddle.
You should have just used... It should just be a bagpipe. He flips his own skull flail around and collides it straight into Mr. Bones's ribcage, his exposed ribcage, and he just completely shatters into a pile of bones on the ground.
Yeah, Parker, if it would have been bagpipes, you would have been subjected to my terrible Scottish accent, and you would have not liked that. You would have gone insane.
All right, so unfortunately, Mr. Bones is no more.
Oh.
All right, and that's his turn. So next up is Exalt. So you feel, Exalt, you feel inspired by Alina. What do you do? Or blessed? If you're talking, Ryan, your mic is muted.
Like 15 minutes ago, he said he'd be right back. I don't know if he's
Well, he
still
moved his token, so I'm assuming he's back.
No, I'm here. My shit's just muted.
Okay, yeah. We can hear you now.
My bad.
No worries.
I was yelling at my kitten because she keeps attacking my feet. I'm going to open hand strike on this Necromite of Merkel A.
Okay. All right. He just finished his attack against your Alina's pet skeleton and crumbled him into a pile of bones, and then he flips around and there's a monk right in his face.
You killed Mr. Bones, you racist bastard. All right. All right.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits. Have you guys? You guys have not missed a single attack today. You're going crazy. Yep, that definitely hits.
And then
roll your damage.
We're cheating.
Oh, hefty blow. He's barely up as well.
And then I have a bonus action on arm strike, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
God, I love monks.
Yeah, they're very
just
good.
keep thwacking.
Oh, you rolled. Oh shit! You got a 24. Damn. Okay, yeah. So how do you kill him with your second strike? It doesn't have to be you can also flavor your unarmed strikes to be anything. They could be kicks or punches or knees or whatever.
Have y'all seen have y'all seen Resident Evil? Yeah, you know the scene. I think it's probably Resident Evil like 2. It's either 2 or 3 where the main character fucking like flying roundhouse kicks the demon dogs.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that I just do that. I run, I jump over Alina, and I just like windmill flying double kick this Necromite.
Right, and you just totally like snap his neck.
Yeah.
His head just like turns all the way around, and he falls to the floor dead. All right, anything else you want to do?
I move here. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up is this last Necromite. And yeah, he's just gonna fight to the death. He sees his other 2 companions have fallen in pretty rapid succession, but they have rejoined Merkel, our lord, and I soon shall be as well. And so he takes a slash at Rowan. With his skull flail. Ooh, does a 14 hit you, Rowan?
It does not.
Okay. So you dodge aside as his skull flail sinks into the stonework of floor, but it's unable to connect to you. And he kind of grunts in annoyance. Ugh. Okay, and that's his turn. So last up would be Alphonse.
All right. I'm going to shoot him with my short bow.
Alrighty.
Maybe I won't.
How do you describe how you catastrophically miss?
I pull the bow back, but I don't get the arrow actually on the bow. And I just the arrow just drops Yeah, don't get the arrow on the string.
And nobody sees it because you're at the back.
Punk. It's a terrible shot.
Actually, Grush, can you roll a perception check for me, please? To see if you notice this.
Perception. Oh yeah, I do.
Oh god, yeah. Behind you, yeah, the corner of your one remaining eye. You see Alphonse totally fumble his shot with his bow.
Nice shot.
You don't see anything. You're behind a wall.
Yeah, Exalt is all the way in the corner, so he didn't see it.
I heard exactly what happened.
Hey, you didn't.
Then why are you getting so defensive?
I hide. A bonus action hide.
All right. Well, you feel very hidden.
Grush reaction picks up the arrow.
Okay.
You see me fumble, and all of a sudden I'm out of your line of sight.
All right. Is that your turn, Alphonse?
Yeah. Who could have possibly missed? It was not me. I was not there.
Must have been the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grush farted. All right, back up to the beginning. Rowan, there's one guy left right in front of you, and he just missed his attack against you. So he's a puny little man who you should vanquish from this world.
And I'm gonna do my best. Winging my great axe. God damn it.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, no.
Heroic inspiration.
Who was it?
You got two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was it that said we haven't? What was it? Parker that said we haven't missed
Parker.
it. Yeah.
Now look at he cursed us.
Yeah, he had to jinx us.
Hey man, it's just math. You know,
Eventually
it's gonna miss.
I
Okay,
can't-
so re-roll your great axe attack. There we go. That
was better.
hits.
That does it.
That was gonna be really embarrassing. So, yeah. And 7 damage.
Oh, okay. He's looking really hurt too. He's on his last legs. Ugh. There's a splash of blood as your great axe carves into him. Anything else?
And that is gonna be the end of my turn because I can't do anything else.
Okay, next up is actually technically Alina because she went before Giles. So go ahead, Alina.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Mr. Bones is no longer with you, but you are still yourself.
Let's see. Spells. I am going to do Toll of the Dead.
Nice,
That's,
and he is
a cantrip, correct? Yeah.
yes, and he has taken damage, so it'll be the if this hits, then he will take the higher damage die roll. Okay, so I believe that's a Wisdom save, right?
Let me double check. Wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage or 1d12 if already. So yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll the Wisdom save. Ooh, you got a 10, so I'm assuming that fails.
Okay, so I need to.
Go ahead and roll a d12. I think you just have to do a flat d12 roll because it doesn't have a d12 option
Yeah.
for the spell right there, unfortunately.
Well, there it is.
Oh, max damage. Okay, you utterly kill him with this. So describe how you kill him with this.
So you see like little green like fireflies fly out again, and then an image of a bell next to him, and then it makes a big gong sound, and you see like the bell starting to shimmer, like you can see the sound waves, and then you see his flesh starting to melt down his body, and him
Yeah, it
falling
feels-
down to a pile of poison goo. Necrotic
Yeah, the
goo.
necrotic damage melts
Necrotic
away his
goo.
skin, and as a necromite of Merkel is excited to have happen, he turns into a pile of flesh and bones, rejoining his Lord Merkel, the Lord of Bones. Okay, so that is the end of this combat. Let me go ahead and end combat here, and we'll change back to the music. Okay, so you guys see there's 3 dead necromites on the ground, and this alcove that is now revealed to you as you've entered this room. That you see it's like a chamber that has like a partially collapsed around an ancient looking stone sarcophagus that is open. The lid slab on the top has been pulled aside.
Well, that's not good.
I'm gonna cautiously walk down and
I'll give you light
check it out.
cover. Good.
Okay. Yeah. So, go ahead and as you move forward, go ahead and roll an investigation check if you're inspecting this thing.
Can I help her?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Oh God.
Oh. Well.
We're fine.
Giles is giving you advantage for this because he's assisting you, so you can go ahead and roll another one.
Okay.
Not roll another one.
Yeah, don't roll another one, but roll another check.
Respectable, yay!
Right. So, as you step forward to this like partially or severely rather damaged old like ancient-looking sarcophagus, because the walls have sort of caved in on it a little bit. You actually see there's no bodies or anything inside it. It seems like it's been looted some time ago. But you do see there's actually 3 books stacked inside of it.
We got some books.
And as you I'm assuming you go to pick up the books. You'll actually see each of them has the like image of Merkul, the dead god of bones or lord of bones, on the covers. But as you flip it open, you see they're actually spell books, all 3 of them. So let me. So each of them contains certain spells inside of them. So these are what they contain. Here's a screenshot of them.
Do they work like spell scrolls, like to be used, or do you have to like be a wizard?
I think your class, in order to cast these spells, like your class could learn them. I'm not exactly sure on like the mechanics of spell books. Raiden, are these only useful if you're like a wizard or something, or can other classes make use of these spell books?
What? Oh, yeah, only wizards need spell books. I don't think anybody else needs spell books.
Okay. Well, since we don't have a wizard, I don't think anyone would be able to make use of these, but you could sell them to the magic shop at a later date.
Rowan's gonna pick them up and like open them and be like, "Yeah, I don't need any of this. So, magic people, you can do what you want with these." And she's just gonna try and hand them off.
And you also see there's a little, as you like grab the books, you also see there's a little coin purse as well beside them. Inside the sarcophagus.
Money.
I'll pick it up.
All right, it has 50 gold pieces inside of it.
Wow.
So Grush is also going through the pockets of these dead necromites as well, if there's any.
As you're searching through the dead necromites, you'll see that they don't have anything on them other than their cultist robes and the skull flails that they were wielding. Seems like those 3 spell books and the gold coins were theirs, and they were like storing them inside that broken sarcophagus.
Do I have to pick up Mr. Bones again?
Yeah, I think you have to go retrieve his arm bone in order to cast it again later.
Okay, I grabbed his arm bone.
Rowan did the equivalent of just clearing a Skyrim dungeon, just finding 50 gold in the tomb. Well, there seems to be a dead end, and we have 1 path. We have 2 paths we could go. We should regroup and choose a way to go.
Grush will also take those books off of Rowan to stow away to sell later. He was a merchant. I don't know if I said this in character description. He was a merchant as well before all this started happening, so likes to think he's good at buying and selling.
Also, at this point, Alina, you feel the effects of the bless spell wear off. 60 seconds have passed.
Oh, and so there's 6 of us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it comes out to about 8.3 ish.
You can keep the
If we
finder's
divide
fee.
them?
If you divide it evenly, you can keep the remaining for a finder's fee.
Okay. So if everybody wants to add 8 gold to their inventory, Rowan would probably divide it.
And me being at 36 gold, 8 gold is a godsend.
You know, the master suite at the end doesn't pay for itself. Oh wait, it does.
Yeah.
Kira's paying for it. All right, what do you guys do next?
Start this way.
Your mic is really, really quiet, Brendan.
Oh, sorry. Grush will start heading back out this way.
Okay.
He doesn't want to take the lead. He doesn't have night vision. He'll wait here for Giles's lantern and stuff, but back out towards here.
Giles, do you want me to lead the way since I'm the shortest? I mean, I can see.
Trevor? Oh, Trevor's muted. Maybe he's doing
I think
something.
Giles is counting.
What
as
did I
well.
miss? What did I miss?
Do you want to head? Do you want to lead the pack along with Rowan down this hallway?
Sure. Hop, 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 hop.
Well, Rowan can go first because your light can go ahead, over the top of her head.
I'll face the wall back behind her.
Okay, so Rowan, as you step down, you re-enter the flooded sewer water down in this chamber, and I'll reveal it to you.
Yay.
I hate it down here.
At least you're not drowning.
True. So true.
So yeah, as you step here, you see, and I'm gonna see you can see around this corner over here as well.
I'll just step in just a little bit. Oh.
Okay, so as you stop there. As you step in here, eastern part of this room is unlit, flooded, and braced with floor-to-ceiling wooden beams. Rough-hewn steps rise out of the murky water to the western portion of the room, which is dry and lit by 2 torches in sconces that flank a stone altar. Shackled to the wall behind the altar is a sickly man in a loincloth with a burlap sack placed over his head. An alcove in the north wall contains a freestanding suit of plate armor missing its helm. That would be right here. There's like a freestanding suit of plate armor, and you can see it has like 2. Well, I guess it's around a corner, so you wouldn't really be able to see it from there. But maybe if you go in, you can get a better look at it. And then standing before the altar, right here, would be 2 grim figures, a powerfully built woman clutching a mace and an even bigger man wearing a bucket helm. The helm man is jabbing the prisoner with a spear, causing him to flinch, or him to twitch. Both figures are clad in chainmail, and the woman carries a wooden shield with a leering skull painted on it. So they haven't noticed you yet. It seems like they're busy torturing this prisoner over here. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check as you're like moving through the water here.
Oh, this is gonna go really well. Oh. Not as bad as I thought.
Okay, I'll roll perception checks for both of them. Oh, bad roll. Ooh, okay. So, as this man to the north is like jabbing the prisoner with a spear, I believe. He's jabbing with a wicked-looking spear. He's preoccupied with torturing this prisoner who's like crying out in pain beneath the burlap sack that's covering his head. But then this Fist of Bane hears a disturbance in the water behind, and then she flips around with her mace in her hand and then sees you walk in here. Intruders! Okay, so we're gonna go into another combat.
Roll for initiative.
Oh man.
Before you guys start rolling, I'm gonna add you guys to. We should do this from now on. I'll tell you guys when to roll. So, because I can add you to the encounter, and then when you roll, it should like auto change your initiatives. So go ahead and roll now.
Oh, a natural one.
Damn, insane.
Oh, wait, I can roll them like me.
All right.
Wait.
So it didn't roll any of your initiative. It didn't change them on the fly. So that's why no matter what, I have to manually adjust it. So never mind.
I'm also gonna expend a luck point to roll with advantage.
Okay. I think does a luck just give you a reroll?
It's roll with advantage.
And so is it a reaction to do it, or do you have to like claim you wanted to use it before you roll it? I think they changed it, but I'm not sure which way they changed it to.
I actually don't. It's not very clear.
Can you read the feature to me?
Before the rolls.
It says when you roll a d20 for a d20 test, you can spend 1 luck point to give yourself advantage on the roll. So I don't know if that means I have to say I'm using a luck point before I roll.
I'll allow you to use it as like a reaction. If you get a bad roll, you can re-roll it.
Okay.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to manually change all of these. So, Exalt. You got an even worse initiative than the first roll.
Yeah. So 13's my better one.
I'm taking the lowest one because hit me with that 4.
Alina got a 10. Alphonse. Does Alphonse want to swap with anybody?
I don't think I need to.
I'm good with going last.
Yeah.
Grush would like to go earlier if possible.
Oh, okay. Then I can swap with you.
Okay, then Grush will get a 13. And Alphonse will get a 10.
And yep.
Exalt 13, Giles got a 4, and then Rowan got a 12. Okay, cool. All right, so first up is actually the Iron Consul, who was previously preoccupied jabbing his spear into the prisoner. I should change the music. Okay. And once his partner in crime alerts him to the intruders, he flips around with his spear. He's wearing a bucket helmet on top of his head, so it's hard to see his face, but he charges forward toward Rowan.
This music, you could give me a trigger warning, Parker. Hades music.
He charges toward you, Rowan, with spear outstretched, and he's going to make an attack against you. Wow. Okay. All right. I think this guy is the toughest enemy you guys have faced thus far. So he's going to make a spear attack against you, Rowan. Reminder that 5, 10, 20. Okay, yeah, he was able to make it. All of the flooded areas are difficult terrain because it's 2 feet of water to wade through. But he had just enough movement to get to that spot. Okay, so his attack against you was a 16. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Okay, so he jabs his spear into you, Rowan. And he's going to use this with 2 hands. So it's actually a D8 instead of a D6. Low roll though, so it is 5 piercing damage to you as he pierces the spear through your shoulder.
Oof.
And that was his first attack, but he has multi-attack, so his second attack. Actually, he's not. His second attack isn't going to be with a spear. He's going to use his voice of command ability. So he turns around and calls out to his Fist of Bane friend. To help me. And so the Fist of Bane is going to be able to use its reaction, or use her reaction to move her speed and attack you. 5, 10, 20. So she's going to move up to here and make an attack against you, Rowan.
Love it.
So she has a wicked-looking mace that she swings at you. Ooh, she misses though. She only rolls a 7 to hit.
Ooh.
So you're able to step aside, and she goes in for an overhead swing with her mace, but you step aside, and then it splashes into the water at your feet. And she grunts in frustration. How dare you? Cool. So that's the Iron Consul's turn. So next up is Exalt.
All right. We're gonna come over here and hold on. Let me double check something. All right. I'm just gonna swing. I am gonna do a key point or I guess focus point as they're called now.
Yeah.
I am going to flurry of blows.
Okay. So go ahead and make the first attack. So this will be 3 attacks total.
Yes.
Ooh, 11 to hit. Do you have any inspiration or anything? And who are you attacking? The fist?
I am attacking the Fist of Bane.
Okay.
And
11 would not be enough to hit her.
Wait, I do. Wait. Is it I do have something for heroic inspiration, but I don't know if
you have your heroic inspiration. Everyone gets a free one every day. Or every
yeah,
session, rather. Every session.
Then I'll use my heroic inspiration on that roll.
Sure. Go ahead and re-roll the attack.
I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
And
all right,
Exalt is bringing the low rolls with him.
All right, well, I got another.
Okay, so the first hit unfortunately misses, and you're going for the Fist of Bane again.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, she's able to avoid your 2 attacks against her.
All right, and then I'm gonna. All right, then I guess I'm doing an unarmed strike.
Yeah, you said you were using Flurry of Blow, so go ahead and make your third attack. There you go. The last attack finally does connect.
Yeah. Flurry of Blow is 3? I thought it was 2.
Well, so you get 1 at this level. You have 1 standard attack, and then you have a bonus action attack, which would just be a second one. But if you Flurry of Blows, that turns that bonus action into 2 attacks instead of just 1, so it should be 3 total attacks.
Okay. So, all right. So that's what, 1 hit. All right.
Yeah, 1 hit out of the 3 attacks, unfortunately.
All good.
Okay, so how do you hit her? What is your attack?
I just kind of like open hand strike into the right into the jaw.
Ooh, and she feels the heavy blow. There's like a loud popping noise as her jaw sort of dislocates, but then she hits herself and reattaches it. Stares down at you because she's a pretty tall woman. You'll pay for that.
I hope I do.
All right, Exalt is a sub. Is that your turn?
Oh my.
Yeah. Man, I just like fighting, okay?
All right, next up would be Grush Deva.
Yeah, so Grush is going to do his most amazing hardcore parkour to get around his teammates here. So he'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Question, if I was to hypothetically knock one of them prone, since it's 2 feet of water, is that going to make it harder for my teammates to hit them while they're prone, or how's that going to work in this situation?
Because it's 2 feet, they would be kind of like, they wouldn't be able to be knocked prone, I think, because they'd be floating. I'm not sure exactly how that works.
Okay.
It'd be, I would say it's just standard prone rules. They're just like floating instead of, the reason
like
prone
taking to their knees or something.
Ranged attacks is because you're laying flat, so it's like you have less surface area to hit from like a distance.
Yeah. All right. I am going to use so many things here. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to use my what is it? Not you. Features and traits. I'm going to use my innate sorcery, which I take as a bonus action. Yes. Okay. So innate sorcery. So for the next minute, turn these on. Activate innate sorcery. Spells DC of my sorcery spells increased by 1, and I have advantage on attack rolls of sorcerer spells I cast. So I actually don't need to use luck, so that's cool. And I am going to cast Witch Bolt.
Okay.
On the Iron Console.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Yep. So this is with advantage. Roll. Why did it do that? There's a 15 on one of the die. Why is it saying 7 and 8?
15?
Yeah, on my screen it had a 15. Maybe it was just a graphic.
I don't know.
Switch.
I see you rolled a 7 and an 8.
Okay. So 14 to hit.
Unfortunately, that would not hit.
All right. Can I use my heroic inspiration?
Yeah, go for it. And you'll be able to re-roll. I think it's just 1 die, so you wouldn't be able to re-roll the advantage. You would just re-roll a single Witch Bolt hit.
Yep. All right. Let's hope. There's the 15 on the die.
There we go.
21 to hit.
You called it. You were just seeing the future, Grush. He's a divination wizard.
He knew.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
The 21 does hit.
Okay, so I'm hitting and I will be dealing damage, so I'm also going to use my Hill's Tumble, which is a hill giant feat. When I hit a large or smaller creature with an attack roll, deal damage to it, you can give it the prone condition.
Okay.
This is why I wanted to go first, to hopefully help our melee people do better melee. So I will knock them prone, and then it is 2d12 for the initial.
Yeah, do you want to describe how your Witch Bolt knocks him prone?
Sure. Yeah. So you see the ethereal bluish tether come from behind the eye patch, connecting me to the console again, and as it hits, it seems to, like, when it strikes in, they kind of seize up and go stiff, and then like fall prone, like just right stiff up and then down.
All right. So I'll put a marker on him to be prone. I'll use gray for prone.
So that tether stays between us, and then it's 9 damage.
Alrighty. 9 lightning damage.
Yep.
And because he's wet now from being knocked prone, he's extra conductive, but we're not going to do the extra damage, but for flavor.
Yeah. You see the lightning shimmering across his body. And that'll be turn.
Unlimited power. Okay. Cool. So next up is Rowan. You've been assaulted by these 2 cultists.
Right, and because that happened, I'm going to start off my turn going into rage.
All right. What happens when you rage?
So she gets a little bit taller.
He has a growth spurt.
And
second puberty.
Yeah, and like all of her muscles just get a little bit bigger, and her eyes kind of blank out, and it's almost like flames are coming out of her eyes. And
your infernal legacy.
Yes.
Alright, so
and
the
then
iron console is laying prone, like floating in the water in front of you. So if you attack him, you'll have advantage on your attacks against him.
ooh, perfect. And I'm definitely going to. So, oh, why? I don't know why it didn't roll for advantage, but
It's okay. Just do one more standard roll, and we'll count those as like 2 advantage rolls, or like 1 advantage
Okay.
roll.
Okay. Well,
Okay, well,
the
the 21
21.
does hit. So go ahead and roll damage with that. And then that's also going to be +2 for the rage damage.
perfect. Of course. 7 damage.
Alright, well, you slash as an overhand attack, I'm assuming, because he's lying prone in the water. You slash forward and deal 7 damage into his back.
Yes. And I am going to cleave the Fist of Bane.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
Love to see it. And then just a standard
Standard
D12.
Okay.
6 damage.
Ooh, so you do a hefty slash into her, and she grunts from the pain. A splash of blood falls down into the water. All right, is that your turn?
And yes, that is my turn.
Okay, next up is Alphonse. I don't know why you have a purple border. All right, Alphonse, you're back a ways in the hall, the corridor rather, but you hear the sound of battle commencing ahead of you.
Oh, would you look at that?
So you see,
Motherfuckers.
you see the iron console is lying prone, floating in the water, and then the Fist of Bane is still standing upright.
I'm gonna walk up to Iron Console, pull out my rapier, and stab him.
All right, at advantage because he is prone. Oh, that hits. All right, you pierce him with 9 damage from your rapier.
And 4 from my sneak attack.
That's right. 4 sneak attack damage. All right. And he's like face down in the water, so he kind of, as you pierce him, you hear or you see bubbles coming up from his mouth.
Now bonus action disengage.
All right, you go back into the corner. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, next up, Alina. Same thing. You hear the sound of battle right ahead of you.
So, question. If I turn into the spider and I crawl along the wall, can I still attack from the wall if I'm next to?
Does the spider have attacks?
Mm-hmm. A male.
The little
Yeah.
bitty.
No, it's
tiny
a giant
spider?
wolf spider. It's a
Oh.
CR 1/4.
Okay.
It has a bite melee attack roll of piercing
Yeah.
damage plus poison damage.
I will say that, like I said before, all the walls in the flooded areas have cracks in the limestone where water is like seeping through it, so it might be difficult for your spider form to get a good grip along the wet walls.
It does
But you
say
could try-
it has spider climb. The spider can climb difficult surfaces, including along ceilings, without needing to make an ability check.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
the ceiling doesn't have any water on it. The ceiling is dry, so if you wanted to go up,
How close is it, and would I be able to
ceiling
attack from
is
it?
9 feet up, so I think you would have to drop down from the ceiling to hit whatever you're trying to hit.
Okay.
If you want to try to stick to the wall, even though it's wet, I'll allow it. You'll just have to do a like a dexterity check in your spider form.
Okay. So I will use my bonus action to change into the giant wolf spider.
Okay, cool. Let me see if I can add it's a giant wolf spider?
Do you want me
Hopefully
to
they
put it
have
in the thing?
No, they have a token for it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right, so Alina, describe how you turned into this wolf spider. Is it grotesque looking, or is it just like a poof of smoke?
Oh, like I moved. I didn't touch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the Alina token out of this aside for the
Okay,
the
so
wolf spider token.
you'll see me starting to glow with this like bluish aura, and then you'll see me like start to kneel down, and then like my skin starts to like open as legs start to like poke through, and then I transform into this wolf spider, giant wolf spider.
All right, you're the giant Rolfur spider.
I love it. Okay, so the Iron Consul, he's incapacitated? Or
He's not incapacitated.
Prone.
He's just
prone,
lying prone
right?
in the water. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to try to crawl along the wall.
Okay, cool. So,
you said
the wall is
dexterity?
dry. Yeah, the wall is dry right here, so you can climb along the wall beside Giles here.
Okay.
Giles, do you respond to this giant wolf spider crawling past you?
Hi, Giles!
Oh, it talks.
Passing to the right.
Yeah, your little mandibles are like clicking as you speak. Okay, so you climb along the wall here. So this is where the wall starts to get a little slippery. So I'm gonna have you do a dexterity check with the wolf spiders.
Where do I roll that at?
So you can just do a d20 and add whatever dexterity modifier this wolf spider has.
I wasn't sure if I could just click on like the dex stat at the top.
Are you able to click on it?
Apparently yes.
Oh, well, that's for Alina. The wolf spider will have a different.
Oh,
set of
gotcha.
stats
Okay.
than Alina would have.
So you said a d20.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it looks,
gotcha.
to me, looks like the wolf spider has a dex of 16, so it's actually a +3 for your roll. So I'll just take the same roll that you just used as Alina. That's fine. We'll do 17 plus 3, so you get a get a 20. So you're easily able to, despite the wetness along the limestone walls, you're able to keep your spidery grip as you clamber along the side of the wall.
Okay. So I will go to this side.
All right, and then you can
Drop
reach down with your
or
spidery fangs.
Okay. And then
Yeah, I'll say you can stay on the wall if you wish.
Okay. I'll stay on the wall for now, and then I will do the bite melee attack. So +5 reach, 5 feet, hit for 5, 1d4 +3, piercing damage +5, 2d4 poison damage. So
Yeah, so this attack roll is going to be at advantage because the guy is still laying prone and you're attacking him from melee while he's prone. So you get advantage on the rolls. So go ahead and roll 2 d20s. Or roll right click on the d20 and then roll with advantage. And then it's going to be a +5 to hit.
It's not letting me right click on it, so.
Okay, then you can just roll 2 d20s.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I don't think you can right click. I think you just have to you just have to click it twice to roll 2 of them. Okay, so you got a 19 for the first roll and a 9 for the second one. So the 19 will take the higher result as this is advantage. So 19 +5 definitely hits. So go ahead and roll the damage. So the damage is going to be 1d4 +3 piercing plus 2d4 poison. So yeah, we'll do the piercing first. All right, so 2 + 3 piercing damage to him.
And then
that'll be 5 piercing as your fangs sink into him, and then plus the poison damage as you expunge your venom into him.
Okay, and then
so roll 2 d4s for the poison damage. Yeah. All right, +4 venom damage. The wound instantly looks grotesque. It's like purple is crawling through his veins as you sink your fangs into him. Okay, is that everything?
Yes.
All right. Next up is Giles' Ward. Trevor, your mic is muted if you're trying to talk.
All right. Sorry.
No problemo.
I gotta go get my food. Okay. I'm assuming it's my turn. So,
Yeah, your mic is a little far from your mouth.
Yeah, no. I haven't sit down yet. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
All right. 10, 20, 30. The park right here. And yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm just going to, what's it called again? Forgot that spell called. I'm gonna start with the console.
All right. He is lying prone, so I think this would be a disadvantage.
Oh,
but the Fist of Bane is upright, so that would not be.
I'll do it on the Fist of Bane. Yeah,
okay.
Let's do that. Oh, that's only a 13.
Ooh, unfortunately, that's not enough. Unless you wanted to alter that somehow.
Nah. I would rather hold it in case of the saving throw. Yeah. Alphonse still has my bardic inspiration. I'll just chill here.
Alrighty. Last up is the Fist of Bane herself, and she, after taking two serious hits from, or one serious hit rather, from Exalt, she bears down upon you and tries to swing at you with her mace. Ooh, she gets a 21 to hit you, Exalt. Does that hit? I'm going to assume it does. Ryan, are you there?
I keep muting myself. Yes, it does hit.
Okay. So, her mace swings down and collides with you, Exalt, with a heavy thud, and you take 5 bludgeoning damage. All right, and she smiles at you. I told you would pay for that. And then as her turn ends, a second iron console appears. Runs from up here 5, 10, 15, 20. That guy was hidden, but I gotta change their names. Hold on. He's gotta be Iron Console B. And I'll change this guy to Iron Console A. Crap. He runs down the from that corridor down there, splashing through the water, and has a spear outstretched, and I gotta add him to the combat as well, sorry. And he's just gonna go at initiative 1, who's gonna go last. So he sprints towards you, Exalt, with a spear in hand, and makes his attacks against you. He's multi-attack. Okay, so the first spear attack. Ooh, nat 1, he misses. So he comes charging down this hall, and
have y'all played Sekiro?
What was that?
Have y'all played Sekiro?
I know Trevor has.
I just fucking Makiri counter this dude who's who's trying to run at me. I just step on his spear.
Cool. So yeah, he tries to jab you with the spear, but you use your foot to push it down into the water. But then he twirls around and goes for a second spear jab at you. And does a 15 hit you?
No. I have an AC of 17.
Wow. Okay. So you also are able to knock this second jab aside and take no damage.
I give a little wink to the Fist of Bane.
She only grunts in response. All right, back up at the top is actually Iron Console A, who has been taking a freaking beating over this last round as he was knocked prone into the water. So he finally gets back up out of the water and takes in a gasping breath and is now sopping wet. So he's no longer prone. And he is going to. The last one to attack him was this giant wolf spider on the wall behind him, so he's going to flip around and try to squash this arachnid scum. Okay, so he gets multi-attack as well. Ooh, does an 18 hit the spider?
The giant wolf spider's AC is 13.
Okay, so he does hit. So, and he's hitting you with both. He's wielding the spear in both hands, so it's a two-handed attack. Oh, max damage. He does 11 damage to you.
I have 11 HP.
Ooh, I think, okay, so the rules are when you turn into a spider, so wild shaping rules, I guess I should have gone over this with you.
It's just bonus health.
Yeah, so the new wild shape rules are interesting. We need to look this up, actually, because I think you'll definitely have more than 11 HP. So I think it takes your base HP as a druid, like your Alina's HP, and then you add something on top of that as
I think it's just
temp,
2 temporary hit points.
Temp HP equal to something. So let me see. So, where's Wild Shape? Where are you? Okay, so when you assume a Wild Shape form, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your Druid level. Okay, so it is actually only just 2. Okay, so what's Alina's HP?
17.
Okay, so total right now in your Wild Shape form, you would have 17 as Alina, and then you would have 2 temporary HP on top of that. So you just took, what did you just take? 11? So go ahead and, to your Alina sheet, go ahead and give yourself, whenever we need to remember whenever you wild shape to give yourself the appropriate amount of temp HP, which there should be an option for temp HP next to your HP.
Yes.
So you can, just to get in the habit, you can go ahead and give yourself 2 temp HP first, but then give yourself 11 damage, so it'll get rid of the temp HP right away. But we need to get in the habit of doing that every time you wild shape.
Though.
Yeah, so so total, so you get 2 temp HP, and then take 11 damage, and now you should be at 8 HP.
Ouch.
Cool. Yeah, so he jabs his spear into you, into your arachnid form, and green arachnid blood spews out, or orange, whatever blood color you want your arachnid form to have. That's what spews out. But that was just his first attack, so he's got a second one. So he's gonna go for another attack. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh.
Jeez.
Okay, hold on.
Damage die, let's go.
Okay, so no matter what, you're gonna get knocked unconscious here, but it's not gonna outright kill you, so that's good. That would be real bad. Okay, so I rolled a 5 and a 2 for the die. So it's 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 3 is 10. So unfortunately, he jabs a second spear jab into you, Alina, into your spider form, and does 10 damage to you, which I believe you had less than 10 HP remaining.
Yeah,
so unfortunately, you get knocked unconscious, and the music is fucking up. What's going on? Let me try replaying it. There we go. So yeah, unfortunately, Alina falls unconscious prone at 0 HP. She morphs back into her Alina form and falls unconscious. So I'm going to put a white ring around you to indicate that you're unconscious on the ground.
So I did the damage and it went to a death save?
It shouldn't. Did it roll it automatically? No. Yeah. So you'll have to make, if you're not healed at all or stabilized in any way before your turn comes up, then you will have to roll a death saving throw, but not at this moment.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, Exalts.
All right.
You saw your druid friend just fall unconscious, and now she's floating in the water. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I am going to. I'm gonna expend a focus point and flurry of blows on our Fist of Bane friend again.
Okay.
All right, so.
Well, you don't have to. So you can make your attack first before you expend the focus point. You can just do your first attack and see like if you even need to after that.
Fair enough.
Okay, so the 18 does hit her.
Yep.
Her AC actually is 18, so you just barely hit.
That misses. Okay. And then unarmed strike.
Well, roll the damage for the first hit.
All right.
Against her. Because she's actually pretty low on HP. Oh, see? So you do enough to kill her with that first attack, actually.
Oh, sick.
See,
so can I
that's why I want you,
retroactively...
yeah, just do one attack at a time.
Okay. Okay. Can I retroactively say the second hit is towards like the Iron Console B? Okay.
Yeah, so the second one would still miss, but then the third one would hit against Iron Console B.
Alright, so I like first off just kind of like I just kind of toss an elbow into the Fist of Bane's jaw.
Oh, again with the jaw. She just relocated that.
Well, if I just watched Invincible, so I watched that scene where Omni-Man just like shatters the someone's jaw. So like I just do that, and she can't. She just kind of falls dead.
Why did you make me do that, Mark?
Exactly. And then I turn around.
She falls backwards and her body splashes into the water, dead.
And then I turn and just kind of thrust my open palm into the chest of the of Iron Console B.
All right, you go for a second attack against him, but he sidesteps it and evades it. But your third attack is able to connect with him.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll damage for that.
Yeah.
All right, 8 damage into Iron Console B. He grunts from the pain, but still bears down upon you with his wicked-looking spear. Anything else?
By the
no,
way,
that's it.
By the way, team, I will heal Alina. So
okay, Giles calls out, "I got her."
So you guys can optimize your turns.
All right, Grush, you hear Giles exclaim that he will be helping Alina, so you can focus on dealing damage, perhaps.
How hurt is Iron Console A looking?
Pretty hurt as well. He's on his last leg, but Iron Console B just arrived, so he's still pretty healthy.
Yeah, I'm just worried. Like, we need to get maybe to Alina, and the only way right now is like between Console B and the Fist.
Well, Giles, you know that Giles, through his magical bard fiddle, he has ranged healing abilities. I think it's healing word, I believe.
Okay, I wasn't sure his spell list, so I didn't know if he had healing word.
Yeah, I have healing word.
Okay, yeah, Grush has potions, but no way of getting to Alina anyway, so he's just going to try to clear a hole. I guess, so I'll start off with my bonus action. I'm going to pulse the Witch Bolt on Console A.
Okay, yeah, so that's a D12 lightning damage, as your Witch Bolt is still connected to him through a bolt of lightning.
So that will be 6 damage.
All right, ooh, he takes a heavy amount of lightning damage from that, and because he was wet from being submerged in the water, he's like the electricity conducts all around him, and he has a shock from it. He's on his very last leg. He's like smoking from the lightning damage you just did. His skin is smoking.
Okay, and then I'm also going to target him with Chromatic Orb. I do still roll advantage because I have my thing going for the minute.
Yep.
Oh, heck yeah. 23 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
This is going to be poison damage in honor of Alina spider form.
Okay, nice. Let's see. No bounces.
No numbers match. So,
but you kill him with this chromatic orb. So describe how your poison kills him.
Yeah. So you actually see an orb go. The poison orb follow along the tether between us, rotating like in the ethereal tether. And as it hits him, it just like splashes and spreads over him. It just like covers him in green, and then like drips down him as he just collapses, screaming until he splashes in the water and dies.
Exactly. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Stay right here.
All right. Next up, Rowan. 2 of the enemies have been felled, but 1 still stands strong.
All right. Since Giles said that he has Alina, and there's nothing Rowan can really do about it anyways, she's gonna run over. Is that 10? 20? Run over here. And attack the iron console B.
All right, you run around one of the big wooden beams and wooden pillars that's holding this place upright, and go for an attack. 16. Oh wait, I gotta remove these guys from the combat. Hold on. You are removed, and you are removed. A 16 is his AC, so he just barely hit.
Also, so for reckless attack, that's the first attack.
Did you roll to hit? I didn't see it.
I haven't yet.
Oh, I was looking at the chromatic damage. My bad. Let's go ahead and. So reckless gives you advantage on all of your attacks, but then your enemies also have advantage on their attacks against you.
Fuck it, I'm gonna reckless attack.
All right. So you get advantage on all of your attacks, or I guess you only have 1 attack at this level, but.
Ooh, 23.
Well, good thing, because that first one wasn't that one, so.
Yeah.
All right, so you hit him. He has 16 AC, so go ahead and deal damage, +2 from rage.
Ooh, love that.
Oh,
18
shit.
damage.
18 damage. You chunk into him with this hefty blow. Yeah, his
Excuse
armor,
me, did I hear 18 damage?
Yeah, his armor collapses from the heavy thunk as your great axe sinks into his clavicle.
And Rowan is just gonna let out this giddy kind of laugh, she's so excited at what she just did, and that's gonna be her turn.
Cool. All right, next up is Alphonse. There's only 1 enemy remaining, and you got a clear line of sight of him. Raiden? Okay, I'm going to assume Raiden is AFK for a second, so I guess we'll skip him for now. All right, so unfortunately that means that next up is Alina. So, Alina, you're going to have to make a death saving throw because you have not been stabilized or healed yet. So,
how do I do that?
Is there a death save? Is there a death save button, or do you just roll
D20?
Yeah, it is just a flat D20 roll. I just wasn't sure if there was a death save button she could press. So what you want to do, you want to roll. Ooh, okay. So for death saves, you want to get a 10 or a higher is a success, but a 9 or lower is a fail. So unfortunately, that is 1 failure. And you can fail 3 times. But after your 3rd fail, your character dies permanently. Or if you roll a natural 1 on the save, it counts as 2 fails automatically, which is bad. But if you roll a natural 20, you have a burst of divine healing from some source, and you actually get 1 HP, and you get to take a full turn. You're back up to 1 HP. But unfortunately, you rolled a 5, so that's 1 failed death save here. Okay. All right, so next up is Giles. You see Alina is coughing up blood as she's unconscious, floating in the water.
Well, It's my first chance to do this. I'm gonna play a soothing melody, and I'm gonna have healing word. And sure, it's right now. Alina heals for 8 health.
Nice. All right, Alina. So in your unconscious state, you feel the warmth of Giles' magic embrace you, and you get healed for 8 HP.
Okay, so, oh, it brings up a different screen. And then I can apply changes. Okay.
Yeah, so you should be able to click on your HP and then just do 8.
So yeah.
Heal yourself 8.
Okay.
And then
You take in a gasp of breath, Alina, and like your eyes flit open as you come back to consciousness after being healed. But you're still laying prone in the water.
I'm going to Starry Wisp that console.
All right. Go for it.
Oh, that's only a 13. You know what?
Ooh,
I'll use one of mine.
Okay.
That's even worse. Natural one.
Oh, no.
No, I'm useless as combat.
All right, so you play a little tune on your fiddle, but unfortunately the spell does not connect.
I'll move back here.
It's wet from all the water. And
Yeah, it's really affecting my performance.
Yeah, it smells so bad in here, you can't concentrate.
Yeah, I'll just end my turn.
Okay, next up is Iron Console. Raiden, are you back yet? All right. Guess we're just skipping his turn then this round. Sorry, guys. So then Iron Console's going to go next. He's going to do a multi-attack against Rowan because you just did so much damage to him with that hefty Great Axe blow. So he's going to bear down upon you, and he's definitely taller than you are as a person on the shorter side. Even with your rage form, you're still pretty short. So he's going to try to jab his spear into you with both hands. Ooh, 22 to hit you. Actually, this should be at advantage because you reckless. So let me roll again. Okay, yeah. So 22 to hit you. I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah, it does.
Right. So then he deals 6 piercing damage to you as he jabs the spear into you. And then his second attack, he will go for you again. Ooh, does 21 hit you?
Oh my god, yeah.
All right, another second attack against you. 7 piercing damage this time.
Hey, Giles, you got any more of that healing?
2 rapid jabs, rapid succession jabs into you, and you feel the piercing pain from them. And he like smiles wickedly.
I got nice words I can say. That's it.
Okay, that is his turn. Next up is Exalt. You just saw this Iron Console attack your dear tiefling barbarian friend twice with 2 successful hits.
All right. I'm gonna swing at Iron Console B.
For it.
And then rule number 1 of Fight Club. No one talks about Fight Club.
Okay, so 16 does connect. That is his AC, so he takes 9 damage. 19 also hits.
All right.
5 more damage. All right. What did your hits look like?
2 swift punches.
All right, just 2 quick jabs going Bruce Lee style.
Yep.
All right, he's still up though, but he's looking very, very hurt. He's on his last legs. All right, next up, Grush.
So, with the death of Iron Console A last time, the tether faded away, and the eye socket kind of behind the eye patch turned dull, and then Grush turns his gaze towards Iron Console B, and you see a flash light up again. And this time he's going to cast Sorcerer's Burst, and he's going to just do cold damage this time to mix it up. Oh, sorry, I only rolled once there. It's going to be at advantage. Let me just roll again. It doesn't matter. So
same roll. Well, that's. Do you want to modify that in any way, or re-roll it somehow?
I don't think I can, because luck I can't re-roll. It's already at advantage, and then I have no heroic inspiration. So I believe I just missed.
All right.
So I will say for flavor that as I turned to try to fire towards Iron Console B, I was distracted by the flurry of blows. Not really flurry of blows, but the 2 punches from Exalt, and all the movement in that direction and everything, and my the cold damage you see leap from me towards that area just shoots wide.
All right. And you want to stay there?
Actually, since those bodies are down, Grush, I'll start making my way towards the prisoner. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Well, the water is difficult terrain, so it'll be 10 feet for each square
Right.
to move through.
That's what I was counting. I was here,
Oh, okay.
so 5, 10,
10,
15, 20, 25,
Gotcha.
30.
Gotcha.
Right there, and I only have 35, so I can't go any farther.
All right.
Yep, that'll be it.
Next up is Rowan. You just suffered some severe damage from those 2 spear jabs. What do you do? You are raging, though, so... Oh, did you have the damage that you took? Because you're raging?
Oh, shit. No, I didn't. I completely forgot.
Yeah. Okay, so how much did you take before? So you took... What was it? 6 plus 7 total, I think?
Yes.
So
Yes.
You took... What's the math there?
13?
13 damage, so half that to be 6 damage instead. So you can give yourself 6 HP back.
Yay! Okay, so I'm not on the brink of death anymore.
Yay!
Or actually, maybe would you give yourself 7 back for that then? Actually, is that how that math works?
Do you round down
Yeah.
or up?
So I round down, but like for the damage would have been rounded down, so I think you would have gotten 7 back.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you only took 6 damage out of 13, so you got 7 back.
All right. Still probably a little bit humbled by all that damage, so just gonna take a regular... Why can't I do that? Okay, just take a regular hit. Or make one 12.
Ooh. That wouldn't be enough. Do you have any way of modifying or re-rolling?
I'm gonna use my other heroic inspiration.
All right. Go ahead and re-roll.
Mother trucker.
Oh
Okay.
no! Unfortunately, that's not enough here. All right, so you try to swing your great axe at him, but he steps aside. He's still smiling at you after he attacked you twice before. Seems like he's feeling himself. All right, is that it for you?
Yes. Yes, I think that's it.
Okay, Raiden, are you back yet?
Did Raiden fall asleep?
Bruh. All right, well, we're just gonna skip him again. Your loss. It's kind of annoying. Okay, next up is Alina. You are now conscious after your dear friend Giles healed you with his healing spell, but you are floating in the water, so prone, so you'll have to use half of your movement speed to stand up if you wish to do that.
Okay. Can I cast from a prone position?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Is it
If you
a
want to
disadvantage?
just lay on your back in the lazy river and float there. No, it wouldn't be unless you were attacking a fellow prone target. But
Okay.
the console is standing upright. So if you want to just lay backwards and fire from the water,
I mean,
you can.
I'm laying in this
Ryan, we can hear your
water with
guitar.
like the back of my shoulders against the wall a little bit, so I can see Rowan. And I can't quite tell if she needs to be healed or not.
He's pretty hurt, but maybe just killing this enemy might be the best play.
Okay.
get him off the field.
Then I will play Toll of the Dead on him.
Okay. So he has to do a wisdom save. And he has advantage on this. I actually forgot to do this with the other guy. He has a trait called Tactical Discipline, so he has advantage on all ability checks and saving throws during combat. So that was my bad on the first guy for not giving him advantage on his save. So this guy will have advantage wisdom. Ooh, 17 save against you. I'm assuming that does save, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast the Toll the Dead spell, and the bell begins to ring above him, but he swats it aside with his spear, and the magic dissipates. Anything else?
Let's see. There's nothing I can do to help her out, because that was an action. Should I use a potion, do you think?
Yeah, it's a bonus action to do it. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to figure out how to do it here.
the three ways of healing you can get in this game is either you drink a potion, someone casts a healing spell on you, or once this combat ends, if it does end, you guys could take a short rest, and then while you're short resting, you can roll your hit dice to passively heal yourself up that way without having to expend any spell slots or potion resources. But hit dice are limited per day, so and a short rest would take an hour of time, so you'd have to chill in a safe, relatively safe location for an hour to do that.
Were we gonna change that to 20 minutes? I know you'd
No.
mentioned that. No. Okay.
I was doing that in the last campaign for what their face for D, because they were playing a warlock and wanted to be able to get their spell slots back more quickly for battles. But because we don't have warlock this time, it's fine. We'll just stick with the standard 1 hour long rule. What's that, Trevor?
I was going to say, nerd face. There's a fourth way, the healing kit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's an item called a healer's kit, which you could also use to heal with, but I don't think anyone in our party has that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, those are your different avenues of healing yourself. Just depends on which one you want to use.
Okay. I will just get up from being prone.
Alrighty, so you use half of your movement to stand up from floating in the water. So now your clothes are all sopping wet and your hair.
Ugh.
Yeah, with
Icky.
gross, stinky sewer water.
This is disgusting. But I'm alive. I'll actually just wait then. Yeah, I'll just stay. And my turn.
Okay. All right, Alina is going to stand there. Next up is Giles. The Iron Consul seems like he's on his last leg. He's hurting pretty bad. He's bleeding out of his. He's got a bucket helmet on his head, and he's there's blood dripping out of it. Trevor, you're muted.
Sorry,
I've returned.
Oh, welcome back. Unfortunately, you were gone for a long time, so we skipped 2 rounds of combat, or skipped your turn twice.
Yeah.
He triggered a flashback.
If you leave like that again, Raiden, please remember to type it in chat somewhere or something. I don't think I saw a message from you unless I missed it.
Yeah.
So I know.
That's my
Yeah,
bad.
just so I know if you're gone.
Alright, I'm just gonna Starry Wisp the last console. Let's see if I can hit an attack this combat. No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, unfortunately, that misses as well. You're not having luck with your damaging spells this combat.
Man, that's rough. Okay, I'm just gonna,
That might be in character for Giles, though.
yeah. Yeah, I'll just pass. I'm sorry, Pete.
All right, he tries to
It's okay.
hit him with the Starry Wisp, but his fiddle
Smells so bad in here.
He misses a tune with his. He has bad finger placement on his fiddle, and he has a bad note, unfortunately. All right, then Iron Consul B is going to go, and I think the last person to attack him was Rowan. So he's going to unfortunately go for you again, Rowan.
Bring it. I'm just kidding, please.
Have mercy. Okay.
And hide in the water.
Ooh, 22 to hit you, Rowan.
The dice heard me.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's rolling well on these attacks against you. Sorry. Ooh, 6 piercing damage to you, Rowan.
Oof. Is that halved?
Halved. That's right. So only 3.
Okay.
Gotta remember that. Sorry, my bad.
No worries.
Cool. So 3 piercing. He's gonna go for a second attack against you. Ooh, only a 10 to hit. This misses.
Ooh. Brilliant.
Your primal instinct to save yourself overtakes you, and you're able to just barely dodge aside to avoid his second jab into you.
Okay, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I throw away some trash.
Okay. And that's his turn. He grunts in frustration that he wasn't able to bring you down. Yeah.
Now he knows how I feel.
He just exclaims toward all of you.
Yeah.
You will feel the weight of Bane's boot above your head. Right, exalts.
Is that Iron Consul B?
Yeah, the last guy who's alive.
Yeah, and you will feel my fist, which seems like a much bigger problem.
Oh my gosh!
Nice. Very, very cinematic. The natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Oh, low damage, but that was enough to kill him.
Yeah.
So, how do you kill him?
I just kind of roundhouse kick him
Nice.
to break it.
Yeah, he didn't feel. You guys didn't feel Lord Bane's boot. He felt Lord Exalt's boot. Your kick, flying roundhouse kick, collides into his metal helmet, and it crunches from the weight of the blow, and then his head, just like a splash of blood, emerges or erupts from the slit of the helmet, and he falls down into the water, splashes down, dead in the water. Okay. Combat ends then. There's like a moment of silence.
Alphonse, you weren't sleeping that entire time, were you?
Oh no, did you fall asleep again?
Totally not.
Did you fall asleep, Raiden, or did you have to go do something?
Yeah, I actually did fall asleep. That was
okay. Sorry. Yeah.
It's alright.
No worries. Yeah, next time before you fall asleep, try to remember to type in chat that you're about to fall asleep.
Okay, yeah, next time I'll do that.
we just get a text EP.
Oh no, I'm getting an air horn sound. No, I'm kidding.
That's fucked up.
Okay.
Throw back to the one session, Aiden.
Okay,
DM.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Air horn.
Back to the one session, what happened?
Where we had to cancel a session because you fell asleep like mid DMing, and then like we had to cancel the whole session.
Yeah, we were just we were like in the call for like 20 minutes. We just hear you.
Yeah, you just start snoring, and I'm like,
And we're all like, huh, maybe it's just not happening today.
yeah, that's funny. That was a funny session. Okay, so yeah, sorry, Giles, you saw that Exalt did like a flying roundhouse kick into the Iron Consul's head and like crunched his helmet, and he killed him. So now there are 3 dead bodies floating in the water, and all of you guys are standing here. The battle seems to be done. And there is a prisoner with a burlap sack over his head, like shackled to the wall back here.
Yeah, Grush was already making his way over there. Or trying to get in that direction from Com anyway, so he'll rush over there with combat being done and pull off the burlap sack.
Okay. Is anyone gonna search the bodies, by the way?
I'll search the guy next to
I'll
me.
search the bodies as well.
Okay, so you don't have to do an investigation check or anything. So you see the Fist of Bane, she had a shield, and you see there's like a a skull painted in fresh blood on the face of the shield. And then you see the Iron Consul A, the one who was like initially torturing the prisoner with his spear. You see he has an iron key ring with 7 keys attached to his belt. And you see that there are he also has a little coin purse tied to his belt as well.
Okay, so I'll take the keyring and
But it's like
coin purse.
the coin purse is like drenched with sewer water since he's
I'm
fallen
drenched
into it.
in sewer water.
Yeah,
What's
everybody
the point
is
at
at
this
this point.
So I'll take the coin purse too.
Okay, and you empty the contents into your palm, and it's less than the first purse that you found previously, but it's 25 gold pieces worth of coins.
Okay, and I can split that between everybody.
Yeah, if you wish, or keep it all yourself. You're the one who found it.
Oh, that's okay. We all killed him. I don't know how many people.
Did you also pick up the key ring
Yes,
with 7
I did.
keys on it as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's make a note that you have that key ring on you. Okay, and that's all you guys find from the corpses. They have their standard like equipment. Like they said the Fist of Bane had a shield and a mace, and then the 2 Iron Consuls had their spears. I don't know if you guys want to like collect all this like trash supplies and try to sell them at the blacksmith later or not. It's up to you. Yeah, so
do that.
oh, sorry. You want to do that, Alphonse? You want to collect their like weapons and stuff?
I asked if you want to do that or not.
Okay. Yeah, it's up to you guys. They'll sell if you know that based on Giles's one interaction with the blacksmith earlier today that he's a pretty straight shooter kind of guy. He's an orc, and he'll buy any equipment you want to sell him at a fair market value. It's just, do you guys want to go through the effort of that or not? It's up to you.
I don't have any preference.
I don't think Grush would.
All right. Sounds like you guys you're leaving the equipment behind. Don't need to take on the extra burden. All right. So as Grush steps forward to the prisoner and you pull the burlap sack off of his head, he like is kind of whimpering for a second because he hasn't seen anything. So he thinks that maybe you're one of his captors coming to assail him again. But
hello.
As you pull that off, you see he's an orc. Yeah, he's an orc, and he's very badly beaten. Like he's got a black eye, and one of his cheeks is completely swollen, and he's got bruises everywhere. And he's also got puncture wounds from where the Iron Consul was jabbing him with his spear to torture him before. And he has a wad of cloth shoved into his mouth, and you see like his 2 tusks are sticking up from his bottom lip, but he's got a wad of cloth shoved in his mouth so he can't respond. He just goes, oh.
Yeah, I'll remove the wadded cloth and ask him.
You aren't a cultist, are you?
No, I'm not. They captured me in my home. Thank you. Were you sent here to rescue me?
Of sorts. We were sent here, and now we're rescued. We were sent down here.
Your mic is cutting out a little bit, Ryan, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe your noise gate is too low or too high.
Maybe. Who are you?
He says, "Oh, my name is Kim Jasso, or Klim Jasso. Sorry, let me got a very very D&D name. Orc prisoner. And I'll say that That name sparks in Alphonse's memory. You know that the Jasso family is a lesser noble family. Yeah, he kind of like he's got like a line of like drool or like spittle that's kind of hanging from his lower lip because because of all the damage he's received on his face from being punched. And so he just kind of like lazily like says, they killed my bodyguard in my home and took me. I don't know anything else. Who are they?
Follows the dead three, I suppose. Banist in particular.
Yep,
Oh.
they're the bad guys, we're the good guys.
The fucking cultists. I should have known. And he kind of like looks up at you, Grush. Please, escort me out of here. My family, they'll pay you generously for my safe return to my estate in the upper city.
Grush will kind of move back to the group.
Grush, roll me an insight check, please.
Okay.
Can I say I'm helping?
Also, no,
right.
Alphonse. I'll say Alphonse also roll an insight check for me, please.
What?
Can you roll me an insight check?
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys don't catch
Moves on
anything.
the up and up.
Yep.
I will re-roll
Oh,
with
okay.
my once a session.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Alphonse, you can tell he is lying. I think you've heard of the Jasso noble family, and you've actually heard of this guy before, Klim. He's like one of the sons of the Jasso family, and you've heard rumor around town that this guy is a sleazebag and he's not very trustworthy. He is a noble, but he's a little shithead. So you think he's lying, like his family. He's not going to ask his family to pay for you guys to help him, or could you guys help him? He wouldn't pay you guys. And I think Alphonse is naturally distrusting of noble folk, so that makes sense.
I will.
I'd say Grush starts to reach down since I failed the insight check and start to untie him with my own.
Well, he's not tied.
background.
He's shackled to
Oh.
the wall, but you do see that Alina has pulled a key ring with 7 keys on it off of the belt of the iron console. So maybe one of those keys works
Okay.
for the shackles.
Oh, Alina, could I get those keys to try free this guy?
Alphonse?
Before you get I'll let you guys do that, but I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna tap Rowan and Giles.
Okay.
Does
Does
Alphonse cue us in any capacity that like this guy is untrustworthy?
He's
Well,
about to right now.
I'm letting Alina and Grush kind of distract these two right now, and I'm like, I pull Rowan and Giles aside, and I guess I go to Exile because Exile's kind of away. And I'll go team huddle really quickly while the other two are distracting him.
So I'm
Okay.
going through the keys, trying to figure out which one will unlock the prisoner, and I'm fumbling because they're wet from sewer water and I'm drenched with sewer water.
Okay. And yeah, I'll say that you cycle through all the keys, and the 7th one, the last one, does actually work on the shackles, so you're able to unshackle his wrists. Okay. So in the back, while the other party members are huddled to discuss, I'll say this is what you know, Alphonse, about them. You know that the Jasso family, Klim's mother, is dead, and you know that his father, the patriarch, is also like old and elderly, and he's ailing in his health. And then you've heard about infighting between the all of the siblings, the children of the 2 patriarchs, Jasso and his 3 younger siblings. They all are greedy and they crave their parents' inheritance. Yeah.
Right. This fucker's not to be trusted. He's a liar. He's a little shit. Well, I don't know if anything will happen to us, but he's definitely not gonna pay. He's a cheap fuck, just like his other two siblings. And
What do you suppose we do?
personally, I'd rather not get involved in nobles at all. I'd just kill him. But
what's his crime?
that he saw me. Unfortunately.
That he saw you?
Yeah, unfortunately he saw me. That's the reason why he needs to die.
So are all of us gonna die at a certain point? Like,
no, he's a noble. There's a possibility he might remember me or something. You guys don't fucking. Are any of you nobles?
No.
I actually don't think I am.
No.
I don't remember what background was. Hold on. What background did I
None of you are nobles. Only Alphonse.
Wait, only Alphonse is a noble?
Yes, and he hasn't really revealed to you guys like what his family is or anything. You just know that he comes from affluence to some degree.
No.
I'm not trusting, and I'm not letting any fucking little shit get out of here who might be able to tell someone about me. But if you really wanted to do something with this guy, there's him and his siblings are after his father's inheritance. So my whole thing is I'm gonna kill him unless you guys really want to do something otherwise.
Shouldn't we be able to wouldn't we be able to get involved with the whole family? And
did you not hear the words coming out of my mouth? I don't want to get involved.
Listen, we can take out the whole family and take their fortune.
I don't think that's how that works, but I mean, I guess if you. Well, no, you're on. No, wait, you're on to something. You're cooking. I think you're cooking. Hold on one second.
Wait, hold on. Alphonse, roll me a history check, please.
I think you're missing the bigger picture here. Is all
Here's
I'm
the thing.
saying.
I don't think we would be able to get their fortune unless we played this really. You say history?
Yeah, history, please. Okay, yeah. So you, your knowledge, cursory knowledge of the Jasso family, you know actually that they don't have a fortune anymore. It has been rapidly dwindling as they own like a trading business, and it's been struggling for years, and they've had to take out loans to even stay afloat.
Okay, so there's no fortune to be said.
Yeah, there's an inheritance, a small one that him and his siblings are all trying to fight over to see which one will actually just get the bulk share of it, but it's not going to be very much.
Okay.
Yeah. Last I heard of their business, it was not going very well. They've been borrowing money, and in fact, they're, if anything, trying to take their business would probably leave you with a pile of debt.
How old does this orc prisoner look? Is he like in his 20s?
His parents are both very old, so I'd say he's in his probably like 40s.
Oh, okay.
My whole thing is, why do we have to kill him? I'm not saying we escort him back up to the top. We can just point him up in that direction, and tell him to get lost or figure it out. But I don't see why we have to kill him.
Because he's a witness.
To what?
To us being here.
So?
Listen, you don't understand the way that nobles... I understand that you're not a noble, right?
So?
I'd say by this time he's probably unlocked.
Yeah, so by this time, Alina and Grush have been able to unshackle his wrists from the wall, and he like falls forward to his knees, and like starts rubbing at them, and you see they're like completely like raw and red and bloody from the weight of his body being held to the wall by the iron shackles.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, he's still drooling out of his mouth from like a swollen lip from when he was punched.
I'm gonna chime in and be like, listen, he probably won't pay us for our services with gold, but we might be able to get him to give us information about underdealings in the city, especially since he's here. He's not here for no reason. There must be something why the Banus came after him. I say we help him out, but in return, we get all the information we can out of him. And if we can't that way, well, I won't be opposed to what Alphonse wants to do. I have my suspicions. I feel like this. I like motion to the order. I'm like, I have a lingering suspicion that this he's in a lot of shit with the Banus. So we can use that as leverage.
As he's rubbing his wrists, I ask him, I'm like, why were you taken?
Yeah, he'll look up to you with like a swollen eyelid and just respond, I don't know. Really, I have no idea. Maybe they wanted my family's money or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna turn around at this point and walk up to him like, I feel like you do know. Usually, I'll be like, usually, Banus don't go kidnapping randoms. That's more Ball's work. What kind of deal did you try to propose with them that went south? I'm gonna try to persuade him, see if I can get anything out of him.
Sure.
Hearing Giles, I step back.
We also see what's south of us at this point too. Not
well,
to rush everything at once, but.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so would this be I'll just reveal that stuff so you see that curves that way. Would you, Trevor, would this be, I think this would be an intimidation rather than persuasion, because you're not like giving him anything that he wants.
I guess that's true. So I'll intimidate him. 23.
Oh gosh.
Okay, yeah. So he kind of splutters. I really don't know. Like, where are we? First of all,
underneath. And what's the name of this bathhouse again?
I don't think it has a name, but we'll just say it's like the northern bathhouse in the lower city.
I'll just say that. And I'm gonna look. Is he?
He said, yeah. So as you say, when you say he's in the northern bathhouse, he says, the place, Mortlock Vanthaper. He owns this place. Maybe he knows something.
Where can we find this Mortlock?
Not if I know.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
Wasn't Mortlock
15.
Upstairs?
No, Mortlock, you were told by the servant upstairs.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
She said that she knows that Mortlock owns this place, and he was one who hired her and told her to like not ever speak about the things she saw here.
Right.
Okay, so 15. Yeah, you can tell he's not lying about that. He doesn't know where Mortlock is because he said, like he says, he was ambushed in his home, and then they put a burlap sack on his head, and he was dragged down here, and he doesn't know where. Until right now, he didn't know where he was.
I'm gonna just make a look to the group. And go like, I think he truly doesn't know why he's here. I say we let him go.
Yeah, our business down here isn't done, but I think you can make your own way up.
I'm gonna point toward the way we came and be like, keep walking that way, you'll find your way out. I'm not gonna offer to help save him. This guy, like, I can tell he's, after what Alphonse said, it's just like, I don't want to waste more time with this guy. Just get him out of here.
All right, so
he doesn't have any information for us. He's not gonna pay us per what Alphonse is saying. He probably isn't gonna remember anyone here.
He sort of unsteadily gets to his feet because it seems like he's been shackled up here for some amount of time, and he like takes a sort of unsteady step forward, and he's still like rubbing at his wrists where they've been like chafed raw from the shackles. Thank you. You said just head north?
Yeah, go that way, then take a ride.
All right. Are there any more of those fucking cultists around here? I can't defend myself. And he looks, he doesn't have any weapons or anything.
You better hope
killed
not.
them. Yeah, you better.
Grush just points to the spear that the consul had.
Make sure not to piss off the dog in the bathhouse. Jamie Fasty. Just completely bullshit. Just
Feel little that.
Yeah, get out of here. You didn't see any of us.
All right.
And I'm gonna like not toss him, but like put it in his hand forcibly.
We could tell him to go south to help clear the vision.
No, I'm gonna put a gold piece in his hand and be like, "You didn't see any of us."
He kind of like eyes you.
Alphonse gonna chuckle a little bit.
And he looks toward Alphonse as you chuckle a little bit, and there's like a second, like a lingering second as he looks at you, and then he takes the gold piece from Giles and the spear, and then says, "All right, thank you for saving me."
Alphonse gonna put up a bit of like a mask up from his up to his nose, and he's just gonna actually let me go ahead and escort you out. Someone of your importance. I don't think we should just let you go alone. What if there was another person we didn't see?
I'm just gonna look towards Alphonse. I know exactly what he wants to do, but I can't really stop him. So.
So he'll look to Alphonse. Again, there's like a moment where he's kind of just staring at you. Roll an insight check.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can tell he's got that look on his face where he's trying to like you're sparking some sort of recognition, but he hasn't quite figured out who you are. But yeah, he looks at you for a second and then says, "All right, thank you, sir."
You're gonna escort him, Alphonse. Be quick. The danger's down here. We might need you back.
You call me Alphonse?
Damien.
You're supposed to say Damien.
Damien.
No. In character, you guys would remember to.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, dude, it'd be fun. It's funnier if he calls me.
I mean, I have an intellect of 8, so.
That's you.
Which one do you do?
Do you think Grush would call him Damien or call him Alphonse, but on accident?
I think we've been together weeks. I think I'd be in the habit of calling him Damien. It's just not written on the character token, so I just never think of it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so I would say Damien.
Come back quickly, Damien.
Damien.
Not suspicious at all.
I know exactly what he's about to do. You better bring me back my gold coin.
Oh yeah, and everyone got 4 gold coins from the guy that I looted.
Okay. So, Alphonse, are you going to escort in quotations?
Yeah, we walk a little bit, and as we're walking, Alphonse will just ask him like, As we're walking down the tunnel, he's just like, so, I hear where things are said amongst the common folk, and
I wouldn't know much about that. I don't spend much time outside of the upper city.
That's fine. I just want to know some things about the upper city while we're walking. Have you heard of what news do you know of the Caldwell family? And I guess in this instance now it's the Rosendays that own everything, right? Well, how's everything going with them?
Well, my family is of lesser noble status, so I haven't seen them many times. I've never spoken to them myself, but they still attend galas and balls whenever they're held.
Does your father know anything?
Well, he's unfortunately he's sick as of late, and I'm not sure he hasn't attended any meetings or any parties for quite some time.
No rumors or anything? Anything you've heard down the grapevine?
I mean, I heard that the new patriarch of the Caldwell family has increased the shares of the family by a substantial amount. I don't know how, though. It's not like I haven't seen it, their wine being sold at a greater quantity than previously, but perhaps he has some side business.
Parker, real quick. They're out of the tunnel, right? Like they're out of earshot.
Yeah, they're like walking over there.
I'm gonna turn to Rowan and like 2 gold, he kills him.
Well,
you take that deal?
He announced very openly that he was going to kill. Like, this isn't a bet here.
yeah.
I'd be more interested in taking bets on how he kills him. Actually.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
Threatened to
good.
kill him.
Grush didn't hear any of this. He was busy unlocking, so this is news to Grush. Because Grush would have played this whole differently if he'd heard.
did I say kill? I meant thrill him. Yeah, with magical
him.
wonder.
That's one way to thrill him.
All right. So,
Anyways, Goal says he stabs him in the back.
Up to the bathhouse. Drowns him in
I'll take that.
bathhouse
I'll take that
pool.
bet. He shoots him with his bow while when he's running away.
I'm gonna say that he slits his throat, looking him directly in the eyes.
Raiden, I'll give you half the pot if you kill him the way I said.
Or waterboards him in the bathhouse upstairs, slowly and deliberately.
I'm just imagining we're in a pool of sewer water surrounded by floating dead bodies, and we're just laughing about how Alphonse is about to kill someone. We're the good guys, right?
I'm gonna go back over to where it's not sewer water anymore.
Grush is definitely glowering and being very contemplative and serious about this. He is not laughing.
Well, I guess we just wait here.
We shouldn't try to stop him.
Too far at this point, otherwise Grush would have chased after. But... Do we see what is to the right of us, Parker? Is that like a gate, like a sluice gate, or like what is that? Another hall? Is that a door? What is that over there?
Sorry, I'm typing with Raiden. Give me a second. Okay, so there's a door to your right over here.
Okay,
it's just
a closed door.
Plain looking closed door. It's but because it's like this room is submerged in water, the wood is like old and decaying and rotting away from the water damage.
Well, should we take a short rest while we wait for Alphonse? Or, yeah, I can say Alphonse now. While we wait for Alphonse to come back? Or do we want to push on?
I'm alright. I could say watch. Yeah, I'm like full health and I don't get anything short rest. Wait, do I get bardic?
I could use a short rest.
Do I get bardic inspiration?
Yeah, I think both Rowan and Alina are pretty low.
No, long rest.
All right, then like a minute or 2 or 3 pass, and then Alphonse returns.
Okay.
Did he make it up okay?
Yes.
Giles is...
He made it up perfectly fine.
Hey, buddy.
I'm gonna throw my hat down. He hanged him. Shoot. Well,
Let him go see his maker, his father.
His father's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father made him, did he not? And he'll flip a gold coin to Giles.
Oh.
With an intellect vague, Grush just believes it, chooses to believe it.
Oh, you returned my coin that I dropped. Thanks.
Okay, so since Giles is standing there, I'll reveal further down this way. You see there's another door right there. So essentially you guys have two. There's a southern door and an eastern door. But did you guys want to like short rest or anything? So, some people were pretty severely hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should bare minimum short rest.
I think we short rest and call it here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So you guys will chill in this little torture chamber right here. Everything seems pretty quiet. You just hear the sound of the light sound of trickling water as water is trickling down the limestone walls all around you in the flooded areas. And yeah, so you guys will long rest in this little dry alcove off to the side. Also, Grush, one last thing. You didn't have vision of it earlier, but now you do since you guys are in here. I forgot to mention this. There's there's a set of armor right here, and it's got like 2 swords, one in each hand. That's like pointed down at the ground right here behind you.
Okay. Just like a generic suit or something to take note of.
I mean, if you wanted to inspect it further, you could.
I would just while we're in the room real quick before we wrap up, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at it.
What type of inspection do you want to do for it? Just like looking close at it, or do you want to like touch it? Or
I guess I'd try to rely on like my previous merchant expertise to see if there's like any markings of like to indicate either like a noble house that it might belong to, or if there's like cultist markings on it to a specific cult, or anything to like identify not so much like I guess quality a little bit of it too, like if it be magical or not, but more of just like if it belongs to anybody specific or
okay, yeah, just do a investigation check for me if you please.
10.
Okay, so as you're like leaning forward to investigate it, the suit of armor releases its grip on the swords, and the swords start floating in the air.
Damn it.
Oh.
And yeah. I'll say they're in these 2 things here. So unfortunately, if you guys rolled hit dice, sorry, Don't give yourselves the HP yet, because you haven't done your short rest yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so these as Grush was inspecting this suit of armor with the 2 swords, the 2 swords come to life, and we're gonna have to start the next session with a combat against these 2 animated swords. But we'll save that for next time.
Wait, the swords are just like...
They're just chilling.
Yeah, there's two floating magical swords who are trying to attack you guys. So we'll begin the next session with a combat against these 2 swords before you guys short rest.
Someone remind me that I can use Uncanny Metabolism at the start of our next encounter.
I'm sure someone will remember that.
Yeah, no one's gonna remember.
I will
But
not
if I
remember
say-
that.
But if I say
no
it
one
out
will
loud-
remember that.
Here's the thing: if I say it out loud, I'm more likely to remember it.
Okay. I'm glad we could help by listening.
All right, well,
put it in.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for session 4 of Descent to Avernus.